So you are obviously interested in e-commerce and dropshipping, and you can see this is a 7-hour YouTube video, and I created a $1,000 dropshipping course that I'm giving you absolutely free. Now, this is not part of the course. This is filmed right before. My name is Ryan Maya. I have a multiple 7-figure e-commerce brand called Beyond Braid. It's a braided fishing line company, and basically in this course, I'm going to start you off from A to Z in e-commerce and dropshipping and walk you through exactly how I started my business and how you can start your own dropshipping business. Now, this is a very long YouTube video. I don't expect you to watch it in one sitting. If you do, congratulations. Definitely grab a pen and paper and take notes on everything you're seeing, because if you just watch it, don't actually write anything down, you're not going to learn anything. So again, I'm going to walk you through dropshipping, how to get started in dropshipping, how to build your online store, how to find products, how to run Facebook ads, and then eventually I'll scale it into a multiple 7-figure brand like I have. So I'm very glad that you clicked on this video and you're ready to change your life with e-commerce and dropshipping, because it's changed my life. So hop into the course. Good luck. If you guys have any questions, my email's below. Feel free to shoot me some questions. I'm happy to help. Good luck.
What is up? How are you? And welcome to the course. Now, this is actually the last video that I filmed for this entire course, so I might repeat myself in future videos, but I just want to give you an intro of to who I am, what you're going to learn in this course, and how you're going to freaking crush it with e-commerce and change your life and make a whole bunch of money. For those of you who don't know, my name is Ryan Maya, and I've done millions of dollars selling products online, and that's exactly what I'm here to teach you. So I founded a company called Beyond Braid. It's a braided fishing line company. And just a quick little backstory, this business started as a drop shipping business way back when, 4 or 5 years ago. We've now transitioned it into a real brand, a real business that has inventory here in the United States. I have 8 or 9 team members, employees that work for Beyond Braid. And this year we'll do 2 million plus. So that is what I'm here to teach you how to do, is find a product, scale a product, run ads for that product, grow the business, grow to other sales channels, and build a brand that's going to produce money and profits every single month. Eventually, you can exit that brand for a huge score at the end. So that's what's possible about e-commerce. In today's world, e-commerce is the way to go. Like the shorts company, Chubbies, just got acquired for a stupid amount, like a couple $100 million or something like that. But they started as an e-commerce business, just a small little e-commerce business selling shorts. So literally that is what's possible when starting an e-commerce business. So in this course, you're going to learn how to find a product, how to run ads for that product, how to put that product on social media, how to go viral with that product, how to find winning products, how to build a real brand, how to sell on other sales channels like Walmart.com, eBay, Amazon, get your stuff into retail stores possibly. I'm going to basically break down my entire business in and out, show you exactly what I'm doing, what's working today, and give you the tips, tricks, and tools that I'm using exactly for you to implement in your business. Now, for the sake of this business, we're going to build a Shopify store together. We're going to build a business together, just as an example. But again, I'm going to show you exactly what's working in my business, so you have all the goodies and all the data to use for your business so you can make a bunch of money. So my ultimate goal is just to help people sell products online. Ever since I started selling products online way back when, I got hooked, because it's a way to generate money while you sleep. Like my store runs 24/7, 7 days a week. Ads are always running, sales are always coming in, and money is always coming into the bank account. Now, I can't stage this. It's the day before Thanksgiving at the time I'm filming this. And let's just refresh this. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm going to refresh my phone. This is my Shopify app, and you can see, if my phone wants to focus, we've done $4,351 in sales today, and it's only 2 o'clock. So that is the power of e-commerce, is you can make so much money by doing little effort. Again, I'm filming this course right now, but my business is still running. And in e-commerce, there's margins between 10, 15, 20, even up to 30, 40%. So let's just take a conservative number and say that today I will make 20% profit. Let's just take a conservative number and say I'll make 20% profit today on that 4,300. That is $870 of profit by 2 o'clock as I'm filming a course teaching e-commerce. So you can see why I have such a passion for e-commerce and what I want to teach you guys. So again, this course has many, many sections. It's going to teach you the ins and outs of the e-commerce business, how to scale it into a real brand and make a boatload of cash. So quick introduction. I'm sorry if I'm going to repeat myself because this is the last video I filmed of the entire course. Probably going to repeat myself a bunch of times in the next videos, but I hope you guys enjoy. I know you're going to crush it. If you have any questions throughout the entire course, let me know. I'm here to help you as your coach, your teacher, to build a successful business for you, your friends, your family, and get you to the next level in your life. So without further ado, I'll see you in the next section. Now, what I want to go over next is what's possible when you become successful in e-commerce. And it's not if you're going to be successful, it's when. We're going to be confident that you're going to go out and make a bunch of money with the strategies I'm going to show you. So just to outline my journey quickly, right? So I started this business in college, all drop shipping. My freshman year failed, sophomore year failed, junior year when I learned marketing, it started turning around. And that's when the business took off. I remember I was 20 years old and the biggest month I had was, I think it was about $50-something thousand in sales, but I made $11,000 in profit as a college student. My other friends were working for $8, $10 an hour working the basketball games, and I was sitting there on my laptop making $11,000 in 1 month. Like, that's serious, serious money. That was profit in my pocket. To carry things forward, the business ended up doing, I believe, a couple $100,000 in sales for the year. And I ended up profiting $60,000 my junior year of college, which was amazing. Continued on to senior year, had another phenomenal year, made some profit again. I graduated college and then I got a job, right? I got a job working for Grant Cardone. You guys may or may not know who that is. Pretty big business influencer. But I started working in his real estate division. And I said, you know what? I want to get out of drop shipping. I want to start my career in real estate. Right? I didn't really know what I was doing. A couple months into my job with Grant Cardone, I actually sold the business. I sold the drop shipping business for $50,000 on Flippa. Flippa is a business exchange where you could actually sell your online businesses. So I sold my business for $50,000 hard cash, money wired to the bank account. Long story short, I try to help the people I sold it to, and they were an older couple, not really good with computers or techie or marketing. What ended up happening is I negotiated 51% of the business back for no capital. I kept the money, and then I had a partner in the business, and that's when Beyond Braid formed. We private labeled a fishing line. We bought inventory. We have inventory in our warehouse. Since then, we've probably done about $4.5 million in sales. So it is 100% possible to take a dropshipping business and turn it into a career where you make some serious money. Fast forward 2 years later, I quit my job working for Grant Cardone. I was able to replace my salary with my money from my business. So I was making, my salary was $75,000 plus, give or take, about a $30,000 to $50,000 bonus. So at my job, I was making about $120,000 in salary, while making money from e-commerce at the same time. It just got to the point where I couldn't go to the office every day knowing that I have this business that I'm running and it could grow so much more if I just paid more attention to it. So I made the switch. I quit my job, dove all into my business, and we've increased about 20% in sales month over month since I've quit. And the business is doing absolutely amazing. So not only have I bought my freedom back so I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. Most of my days I'm working because I want to work, but if I wanted to go to the beach today, I can, right? I had the freedom to do that because my ads are still running. My landing pages are still up. My warehouse is still shipping the goods. That is the beauty of an e-commerce business, is it works round the clock. While I'm sleeping, I'm still getting sales. And I know you've probably heard this, but it's the truth, right? It's cliche to say you're not getting rich unless your money's working for you 24/7. Well, that's true. If you can only work a certain amount of hours in the day, you're only going to make a certain amount of money. The beauty of this business is you can operate it from a laptop wherever you want, whenever you want, the hours you choose, and however much time and effort you put in is how much you're going to get out, right? So if you build great quality ads, find great quality products, have a great quality website, you're going to have a great company and you're going to make a lot of money. On the flip side, if you don't pay much attention to your marketing, if you don't pay much attention to your products and don't pay much attention to your website, you're probably not going to have a great business and this is not going to be successful. So guys, I can't emphasize this enough. If you take this course seriously, really learn and study the strategies we go over, I promise you, you will be successful. You'll make a lot of money. So with that being said, let's hop right into the meat and bones, and I'll see you in the next section. So in this video section, what I'm going to go over with you is the entire e-commerce drop shipping model, whether it's drop shipping, whether it's selling products that you're going to brand yourself. This is basically how it works. And I'm actually going to draw it out for you on my handy dandy whiteboard. I'm a great artist, so you're going to get perfect illustrations. But this is just a general concept video of how the drop shipping method works and how e-commerce works in general. So let's take a look and hop in. So essentially, it's going to start with a product, right? One product. You're going to source your product from a manufacturer, right? So you have your product, right? You got one product right there. And this is from the manufacturer. So this is the manufacturer product, manu. Now, essentially what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and start a store/website. Right? This is your little house, your little store/website. Let's make a little thing, put some lines, little windows. Okay, you get the point. So you have your product that you want to sell. You have your store, that's your website. And now you got to drive people to your store. How exactly are you going to do that? You're going to do that through Facebook ads. And this is my representation of Facebook ads, because there's a bunch of ads that you're going to run. So you got your product from your manufacturer, you got your store, your website that you've opened, and now you've created Facebook ads of your product. Now this is essentially what's going to happen. You're going to run Facebook ads to your store. Your customer is then going to purchase the product. And they're going to purchase that product, let's just say, for $30. And now what you're going to do is you're going to go back to the manufacturer and buy the product for $5. And then what's going to happen is your manufacturer is going to go ahead and ship directly to your customer. So this is essentially what the drop shipping model is. You have your product that you want to sell. You then put it on a website. You then run Facebook ads to your store, your website. These are the same thing. Your customers are then going to purchase your product for more money than you're going to pay your manufacturer or supplier, right? So your customer purchases, they give you $30. You now only have to spend $5 on purchasing the product, and your manufacturer ships it directly to the customer. This is the drop shipping model. So how do we make a profit here, right? This basically costs nothing to set up. This costs a couple bucks to set up per month. Let's say, right, you run your Facebook ads and you can get $10 per purchase, right? You're getting people to purchase it for $10. Now, once they come to your store and give you $30 for your product, right? You have $30 that they gave you. You spent $10 on ads, and then you spent $5 to purchase the product. You now have a profit of $15. So that's essentially how it works. It's very, very simple. You're basically choosing a product, showing it to an audience through Facebook, getting those people to purchase that product, and then getting your supplier to ship it directly to the customer. That is the drop shipping model entirely. It may seem super, super simple, but there's a few moving parts that you got to get really good at in order to get successful at this. Now, once you master this and you get really good at this, you can then take it to the next level and make a boatload of more money. You can make a boatload of money with this, but to take it to the next level, I'm going to show you what I currently do with my businesses and what you're eventually going to be able to do. So once you've identified a product that actually sells very, very well, this is exactly the steps you're going to implement to scale this business and what I'm currently doing. So you found your winning product, right? This is your winning product. You are now going to go straight to the manufacturer I don't even know if I spelled that right, but you're going to go straight to the manufacturer and you're going to buy inventory of your product. And what you're going to do is you're going to brand it with your logo. So now you have a winning product that you've identified that sells. You've been able to drop ship it successfully, right? Your winning product. Now you go straight to the manufacturer and you're going to say, hey, I want to buy 100 of these, 500 of these, 1,000 of these. Can you put my logo on it? And they're going to say yes. What they're going to do now is they're going to ship it to the USA and you're going to use what's called a third-party fulfillment system, right? The third-party fulfillment system it's called a 3PL. They're basically a warehouse that stores and ships your goods. They integrate directly with your Shopify store and ships your goods directly to your customer. So this is my depiction of a warehouse, right? So you now have goods here in the United States with your logo, right? Your little product with your little logo, and you got it here. And now you're going to go back into the same concept of running Facebook ads. Right? Here's our little Facebook ads. You're going to drive traffic to your store/website. My art is just on fleek. So you're going to run Facebook ads. Your customers are going to go to your store. They're then going to buy your product. Whippy! Customer buys. Your customer just bought your product from your store, and now your warehouse is then going to ship it to the customer. And now you've bought a product, you've gone to the manufacturer that I'm going to show you, super easy to find. You bought inventory, you stored it in the United States, you ran Facebook ads, you drove traffic to your store, your customer bought it, your manufacturer shipped it, and now your customer had a great experience. They got that product in 2-3 days, and they're going to return back for more. And then to scale this, you then put it on Amazon, eBay, Walmart, and potentially you can even get into retail with your product, which is what I'm doing now, right? So then you have multiple fulfillment channels and Shopify, of course. And now you're building a real business just from drop shipping a product. The whole entire goal of drop shipping is to identify a winning product and then eventually implement this business model. Now you can just drop ship, right? You can do that for a very, very long time and make a lot of money if you set everything up correctly. But this should be the ultimate goal, is to find a product, go to a manufacturer, brand it with your own logo so you now have a brand that people associate it with, store it here in the United States with a 3PL, run Facebook ads to your store, get your customer to buy it. Your 3PL ships it directly to the customer. You have a returning customer, and then you have multiple channels doing this. So you've now scaled it to 4x through Amazon, eBay, Walmart, and Shopify. And guys, that is the premises of e-commerce. So this little section was just to introduce to you what is possible when you identify a winning product through dropshipping and how to actually scale this out into a full-fledged real business. So you're ready to get started building your store and building this business. Now, what platform are you going to sell your products on? Now, the number one platform, and by far the best platform that everyone uses, is Shopify. Shopify is the number one website builder, store for e-commerce. Like, Shopify is by far the best one out there. I know there's a few other brands like Wix.com, BigCommerce, a few others, but don't worry about them. You're going to focus on Shopify.com. I'm going to hop into my computer, show you everything to know about Shopify, and we're going to help you get started building your first store. So let's hop into the computer. All right, so what is Shopify? What exactly does it do? So we're going to go to Shopify's website, and I'm going to show you everything to know about Shopify. So Shopify is going to be your all-in-one platform where you're going to build your store, number one. You're going to claim your website. You're going to have all your products. You're going to be able to charge your customers. Shopify is basically, think of a business, right? How a business has a storefront, a brick and mortar store. Shopify is essentially your brick and mortar store, but online, right? So I'm going to log in. I'm going to create a free trial just as you can. So it's literally free to start. And I'm going to show you the ins and outs of what exactly Shopify is, what it does, how to set it up, and eventually get everything running for you. So let's hop into the top right and go in and start a free trial. Now they're going to go through a little questionnaire. So just follow along with it. I'm just playing around. I'm not selling products yet. I'm selling, just not online. So I would put, I'm not selling products yet. Do you want to sell products through drop shipping? Yes, we do. In addition to your Shopify store, what else would you like to sell? Or where else would you like to sell? You could put Facebook and Instagram. You could put Google. And I think that's all you need. What is your current revenue? 0, we're just getting started. Which industry will you be operating in? If you know your niche, great. If not, just put I haven't decided yet. Again, this doesn't matter too much, but you can just fill it in. So now they're going to ask you for your address so you can get paid. All right, beautiful. So now this is what the back end of Shopify looks like. So we don't need to select a plan yet. Again, we have 14 days for a free trial. And this is your Shopify homepage. Shopify, what they're going to do is give you some little resources on your timeline. I ignore all this stuff. You could look through it. They have some helpful tips to get started, but everything you need to get started, I will give you. So there's some videos on drop shipping, videos on learning what a winning product is. So again, there's many helpful resources that are here that Shopify provides. I love Shopify. They are a great business. They have so many resources. They have great customer service if you ever have anything wrong. So they're a great business to use. So now when you come over to the left side, you'll have your home. This is where your orders will be. This is where all your products will be. This is whenever you have customers, whenever you start collecting emails and having customers, they'll be in this section. Finances gives you a report of your sales. Analytics has a bunch of cool, helpful tools like sales, how many people visited, the return customer rate, your online conversion rate, all of these cool tips. You got reports, marketing. They give you the ability to send out abandoned cart emails. So Shopify, really, they're an all-in-one platform that will help you grow your business because they provide the tools. Now, they also have an app store where you can have lots of plugins, which we will go over. I have a whole section on apps in the course. You have your online store. This is the online store channel. So let's say ryanknives.com, right? So while you're on a free plan, it's going to say your store is protected with a password. Don't worry about that now. Here is where you're actually going to be able to go and customize the store and build out the website. So a lot of people ask, hey, where do I actually build the website on Shopify? You do it directly on Shopify. So they have multiple themes that you can choose from. And essentially Dawn is the basic one they choose for you. But what you're going to do is select customize. And here you can change the photos, change the headers, add the products, rearrange the products, choose your color scheme. So this is where that is going to be. We'll do that together. Here under domains is where you're actually going to buy your domain. So the business name is ryanknives.com. We'll buy that domain, right? So here's where you'll do that. Again, Shopify integrates it all in one, so no need to worry. And then you have a list of all your settings, which we will go through each and every one of these and what they mean. So general, obviously just anything general that has to do with the store. You're going to customize your checkout. So when people have a cart, they'll go there. You'll customize your shipping, how much you want to charge for shipping, if anything. Here, you're going to do taxes, right? If you're going to do state taxes, federal taxes, things like that. Locations, you're not going to really need to do anything with. Here, you're going to be able to manage notifications when someone purchases something, right? They'll have an order confirmation sent to them. Here, you'll do that. Here, you'll be able to set up gift cards. This is going to be any files or images. You don't really need this for now. Sales channels, you don't really need for now. The plan, this is when you want to go to launch the store. This is where you'll go to actually launch the store and make it go live. User and permission. So later on, once you grow the business and you want to hire people, this is where you will actually give them permission. So if you need to hire a virtual assistant for customer service, like I suggest, and what we'll talk about in another section, this is where you'll do it. Looks like this is a new feature, markets. Store languages. If you want to change your store language, obviously there. Your store's legal pages, so like your refund policy, your privacy policy, your terms of service, your shipping policy, you can actually create a template, and Shopify gives you a very standard one. I would go through and read it, change your information if you don't want to go into your personal email. My stores, in the beginning, just create a template. Very simple, very easy, very straightforward. And all you got to do is just save it. That way they're there. And I encourage you, go in and read it. That way you just know what it is. But it's all basically standard legal jargon. And Shopify, again, they're a multi-billion-dollar company, so they know what they're doing. Meta fields, you do not have to worry about. So this is just, again, a basic overview of what Shopify is, the platform that you're going to be using. So get very, very familiar with this. And one thing really quickly that I want to do is just quickly show you my Shopify store. So this is, again, my Beyond Braid Shopify store. You can see for today, we're actually having kind of a slow day, but that's okay. We're doing 1,500 in sales on our main store. And here are some of the products that are selling, the conversion rate, and all this kind of good stuff. So I just wanted to show you this. So you know this is what your store is going to look like one day. When you start doing business and start selling, you're going to do this and beyond. I freaking promise you. So just a little bit of motivation for you. But yeah, let's move on into the next section. All right, guys, welcome to the first section of the course. This is kind of where you get into the real meat and bones and what you really need to know. So first off, we're going to talk about finding your first product. This, I would say, is almost as important as marketing. I think marketing is a little bit more important, but you can't make money without selling a product, right? There's one thing that's very important that I want to go over in this first video is it only takes one product. One product is going to get you started, and one product is going to have the ability to take you to the moon. And what I mean by that is a lot of people think when you're drop shipping, you have all these different products and all this kind of craziness going on. No, most people are successful with one product. Now, can that one product lead to other successful products? Yes, but it takes one product. So let's go back to my business, for example. Guys, my business is fishing line. Yes, it comes in different colors and different patterns that I've created, but it's fishing line. It's one product. And one product has changed my entire life. Fishing line. Let me, give me one. So check this out. This is a Beyond Braid spool. It is one product. This little tiny 3-inch by 2-inch weighs 4 ounces. This one product has changed my life. Another example. I have a buddy who does Amazon FBA. Another business model, but still e-commerce, still relevant. He has 2 main products, and his business does over $50 million a year. It's a garlic press, it's a lemon juicer, 3 products, and it is a milk frother. The business, again, does over $50 million a year. He has thousands of products, but those 3 products make up the majority of his sales. So what we're going to focus on is finding one winning product in this course, because one product is going to change your life. It's going to be a domino effect. You'll be able to start more products, but I want you to focus on one product. So the main point of this little video is to get you in the right state of mind, focusing on, hey, I'm just going to find one product. We're probably going to test a few products. It's going to take one product to hit a home run for you, one product to be a winner, and one product to kick your business off and start changing your life. I will see you guys in the next section. So in looking for what type of business to start or what type of products to sell, it's really important that you look into one specific niche. So for example, when I mentioned that business before of the beauty store I started and it epically failed, why? Because I didn't know much about that niche to begin with, right? I was trying to sell makeup tools. I was trying to sell brushes, nail polish kits. I'm a guy. I have a beard. I didn't know much, or if anything, about makeup tools. I just figured it was a good product, and I've seen other people sell it, so I know it's a good product, but it just wasn't a niche that I knew about. I didn't know my customer lingo when I was writing ads, right? I didn't know how to talk like a female. I didn't know much about the products and what competition was out there. So what I encourage you to do is to start a business in a niche that you have knowledge in. Start things that you already do as a hobby or things that you already like. So for example, the reason my business is so successful in fishing is because I grew up here in Miami, Florida, in the Florida Keys, fishing my entire life. So I have a lot of product knowledge and a lot of field knowledge about fishing. So it's really easy for me to write ad copy. It's really easy for me to come up with product designs. It's really easy for me to shoot videos because I live near the water. So all of these factors compile into this one niche that I know a lot about and have a lot of product knowledge. That's why I'm successful in this niche. So if you are a female and you know a lot about makeup and you love makeup and you love doing makeup, you love doing your nails, and you find a product in the female beauty category, you'll probably do very, very well. On the flip side, if you're a guy, you love cars, you know everything about cars, you know about Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Mustangs, Camaros, you know about detailing products, right? You can start in the car niche and start testing multiple products in that niche. Why? Because you have the knowledge, you can speak the lingo of a car guy, right? If you're a girl and you know nothing about cars, don't go in the car niche. If you're a girl and you know a lot about cars, go in the car niche. So niching down is really, really important to have a long-term successful business, right? So that's what we're trying to build through this entire course, right? Is a long-term business that's gonna last and make profits year after year. And what I found best is to go into a niche that you know and dominate that niche. On to the next video. So if you have no idea where to even start, what products you're even thinking about selling, I have this one super cool trick that I can show you. So what that's gonna require you to do is take your cell phone. If you don't have a cell phone, I don't know where you're living, but obviously you do. You're gonna open up your cell phone, right? I'm gonna just start a brief screen record so we can see this together. Now what you're gonna do is go ahead and open up your Instagram, right? We're gonna do this together. And, on your Instagram, what you're gonna do is just start scrolling, right? You're going to get ads. The way Facebook and Instagram ads work is they show it to you every so often and products that you're interested in. So right now, people are trying to sell me a lot of courses, not necessarily products, right? But if I keep scrolling, I am bound to run into an ad with a product. So let's keep going. Here we go. We have Toadfish Outfitters. Here's an example of an insulated cup. Tumblers, ice stuff. So what you should do now is engage with this post. If you show Facebook that you're interested in these type of ads, product ads, they're going to show you more of them. So what you can do is just click the shop now button and start doing some research, right? Look around people's websites, look at what products they're selling. See, I actually know Toadfish, right? I like fishing. They're in the fishing niche. I also like cooking, and they're selling me all these types of tools. So what you could do is start doing research on your competition and just get an idea. Like, I would probably sell this stuff if I didn't do this. I actually am launching something similar to this for my current business, not necessarily tumblers, some knives, maybe some cooking gear, right? So this is just one, right? Engage with it, click on some products, and then keep going, right? And what I like to do is actually screenshot this ad, because this actually looks like a decent ad. That way you start building an archive of ads for the future when you start to go advertise your product. You already want to look at things that are winning. So let's keep going. Let's keep scrolling through it. Here we go. Paid partnership with Best Buy. This is a sponsored post. They are trying to sell some camera, some tripod, some other stuff, right? Decent, plain looking ad. It's called a native ad, right? It blends in. But look, just click on it. Takes us to the Best Buy page. Best Buy, obviously a huge company. I don't want Best Buy to look at my location. But yeah, this is kind of more of a major brand product. So this is kind of not what we're looking for. So let's scroll past it, but at least you engage with it. So Facebook's going to recognize that and probably show you some more. So let's go. You can tell, look, my feed is a lot of fishing, right? Amazon. See, I've been looking at a lot of microphones and cameras lately. That's why they're showing me all this stuff. But it's good to look through it, right? Click on it. Show Facebook that you're interested in advertisements and receiving advertisements. Keep scrolling. Bote boards. This is something I would probably buy and something that I've actually looked into. So see, Facebook knows exactly what you want and what niche you want. So these both products, the Toadfish and these paddle boards, is something in my niche. And these are good looking photos. Doesn't mean it's a great producing ad, but they're great looking photos, right? So just click on it. Let's see if it takes us to their website, which it does. It takes us to solid paddle boards. These are $1,000 paddle boards. I mean, these are some pretty expensive boards, but people people I'm sure are buying them. They wouldn't be a business if people aren't buying them. So again, this is just getting you in the mindset of looking for products, what products to sell, what you might be interested in, and just keep scrolling through. Do this for about 30 minutes, and I guarantee you'll run into some products. Now, when you start engaging with ads like that, Facebook's going to start showing you more and more and more, and eventually you're going to come across a successful looking ad with a successful looking product, and it might be a product that you want to sell. What I like to do is, again, screenshot all of those ads you see so you can start building a record and a file of all the ads you're getting, and then you can start developing ideas of what niche or what product you want to go into. Now, here's a quick little pro tip for you. When you're scrolling through Instagram or Facebook and you come across an ad that has 500,000, a million, 2 million views, that ad has a lot of money behind it. That means they're probably successfully scaling whatever they're selling. So I want you to take a note or take a screen record or save the post and really study that ad. Because if you have that amount of views, that means you spent, or the company has spent, a lot of money pushing that ad. And the only way you can do that, unless you're a giant corporation like Coca-Cola or Amazon where they just have money to blow, right? If they're just selling an ordinary product, that means that product is converting. They've been able to scale it and scale it profitably. And on Instagram, right above the like and comment section, you'll see video views right there, how many there are. And the same thing with Facebook. So again, if you see something, even with a couple 100,000 views, like 200,000 views, that's a good sign that that ad's probably working. But if you do come across things that have 500,000, 600,000, a million, 1.5, 2 million views, these are little subtle tricks that you'll start to notice. That's a pro tip. Pay attention to that ad. Look at their landing page. Look at their product that they're selling, and get as much information from that ad and landing page as you can and put it to use, because that thing is working and it's making money. So just a quick little pro tip. On to the next section. So for the sake of this course, I'm actually going to build a totally new Shopify business with you guys. That way we can do it step by step. You can see the product research happening live. And I can show you basically everything start to finish. That way you have an example to follow. So for the sake of this course, I came up with it. I like to cook. I know a lot about the cooking niche. So I'm going to start a knife business, whether it's chef knives, other types of knives. We'll look into it together. But for the sake of this course, again, that is going to be the example business that we're going to run. So we're going to hop into my computer and start searching for products in the few places that I'm going to show you. Guys, so we're now in front of the computer doing a screen share. So what this section is going to be about is where to actually look for products. So there's this neat little website called AliExpress.com. And what AliExpress is, if you've heard of it, maybe you haven't heard of it before, essentially it's like the Amazon, but for China. There's a bunch of different products. There's a bunch of different suppliers, from headphones, security gear, smart cases, watches, and you can see they're all extremely, extremely affordable prices. What you're meant to do is have a markup on these products, right? So, for example, this lookalike Apple Watch, it's $20. They've sold almost 7,500 units. You can easily sell this for $40, $60, $80. This air humidifier, it's $4. You can easily sell that for $19.99 or $29.95. What else? And you can see there's different categories for products, right? So I just want to show you the different kinds of products. Now, what's unique about this website is you can also do searches. So again, we're going to do the knife niche. So I want to find, let's type in chef knives. And again, this applies to whatever niche. If you want to do the dog and pet care niche, by all means do that. If you want to do automotive products, you can search for automotive products. But look at this. Literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of knives come up. It's amazing when you scroll through this kind of stuff. And these are actually pretty cool, right? You got some cool black knives. You got these forged knives. You got this stainless knife. And what you can do is you can see the ones that are most sold and rank them kind of by popularity. And now what I like to do is you can either take screenshots, or you can click on the link and grab the link and actually open up, let's say, an Excel sheet, right? Let me do that for you real quick, right? Open up a brand new blank Excel sheet and just write a quick description of the product. So this is a 5.5 meat cleaver. So we'll do 5.5 meat cleaver, right? We'll spread this out and then we'll paste the link, right? And that way we have that there for the future. So this is just very preliminary when you're looking for products. So I like that product. This gold titanium one looks pretty cool. And look at that. They even show you some videos on the product, and you have different types of products, different types of knives. Yeah, so this one's pretty cool. It's rather expensive, but that's okay. So I'll go to my sheet, put it in my sheet. Let's go gold knives. So just scroll through it, look for something that might be appealing, something that might be affordable, something that you think you would be able to sell effectively. So I like this knife, right? Let's try a variety of knives, because again, we're not buying any inventory, guys. So you could essentially put as much products or as many products you want as on your store. You're not buying any inventory. It doesn't cost you anything to add these products to your store. And on most of these suppliers, what you're going to want to do is look for things with pretty high star ratings, pretty good reviews, and things that have already been ordered. That way you know the supplier can handle that. Yeah, this looks like a cool one. So I'll grab it. We'll throw it over here. Stainless knife. You get the general idea, right? I want you to go through, go open up AliExpress.com and just start browsing the website. Start getting familiar with the products on here. Start getting familiar with the website, and just start looking for potential products that you may want to sell, right? And again, let's just say we want to look up dog collars because I want to do the dog niche, right? You could do Ellie. Look at this, 1 cent. Like, guys, It's pretty cheap. Look at this. I mean, I just want to click on it just to see what it is. How is this a penny? It's literally a penny. You can easily sell this for 10 bucks, 15 bucks, 20 bucks, whatever someone wants to pay for it. And again, they have millions of products on here. What if we want to do makeup tools? Again, 1 cent. So you have huge margins on all of these products. Funny enough, look at this, 15,000 sold. This was similar to what I tried selling when I was doing the makeup store. But again, I just didn't have the right marketing around the makeup brand. So again, this was just a section. I want you guys to come to AliExpress. I want you to start looking up some products that you may want to get involved with. All right. I'll see you in the next section. So now that you're familiar with what Shopify is and everything that it does, right, I want to show you this really important tool. So what you're going to do is I want you to go to the App Store, and you're going to go over here and, you don't even have to click customize because it's right here. So Oberlo is probably the best all-around tool that you're going to use for Shopify. So what you're going to do is add the app. It has many features, such as looking for products. You're going to go ahead and install the app. You can look for products. You can fulfill your products. You could do a whole bunch of things with Oberlo that I'm going to show you. So you're going to go ahead and create a new Oberlo account. So once you've come in and logged in and created an Oberlo account, this is exactly what it's going to look like. So you have an import list, you have a products list, and a bunch of other cool features. So what I want to show you is, let's go into Oberlo and find products. Here you don't even have to go to aliexpress.com because they essentially have it already built into their interface. So we're going to look at knives, right? Let's type in chef knife because that is the product that we want. And what is absolutely crazy and fast forwards everything that you need is that you can actually import these things directly to your website. So let me show you exactly what I'm talking about, right? Let's take this one for example, right? Let's add it to the import list. So once you've added a product to the import list, let's just add a couple more. I like this one. I like this one. So on the left-hand side, you can see you now have an import list. So what this does is this saves you all the time of manually creating products on Shopify with all their variants and different types of SKUs. Basically, Oberlo, and Oberlo is completely free, takes out all of the headache. So you can go in and change some of the titles now. I don't like to do that yet. I like to do it once it's already imported into the store. So go ahead, import it to the store. It's going to import as a draft, which is what you want. Import to the store, import to the store. So now these are all importing back to our Shopify store. You're going to go in, and when you go to your product section, voila, all of your products are there. And instead of manually adding a product like Shopify wants you to, or not Shopify wants you to, but like Shopify will ask you to, this is how you create products. It is extremely time consuming to do this manually when you could just do it by a click of a button, have everything in stock. This stock is reflecting of what's in stock on AliExpress's website. So you can click in here. You can see it already has the title. It has a description. Typically there's multiple pictures. I'm surprised this one listing only has one picture. Let's take a look at this one. So again, a description, and here, look, you got multiple pictures. You got the picture per SKU, and then you have all of the different variants. Now you're going to go back and change all these. I'll explain to you how to do that later on. But essentially here, you can adjust the price. You can adjust the quantity that's available. Obviously, you can't mess with that because you don't know how much inventory the factories have, but you can mess with the SKUs and the price. So Oberlo makes it super easy to find products. When you come back over to Oberlo, you can go ahead and search for products in your niche. You can take some time, look through products, And what you can do is you can actually sort it by category and find exactly what you want. You don't necessarily need to do that because when you search for knives or search for whatever specific product you want, they're going to show you exactly what's reflected on Oberlo directly here. So I love these. Like, this one looks cool. I'll import that one. Another cool feature of what you could do is you can either sort it by best match, lowest price, highest price, or order count. I always like to look at order count. That's because you know those products are already selling. People are already having success with those products. And you click on it, it'll actually take you to the AliExpress link. You can see all the shipping methods. You can see more pictures. So these obviously look very, very nice. You're going to go in, you're going to search for products in your niche, import them to your store, and then we'll hop into the next section. In this section, what I want to talk to you about is finding suppliers who actually ship products from the United States. So in the dropshipping business model, most suppliers are actually going to be shipping from China. Now, there is standard AliExpress shipping, which takes anywhere from, call it 10 to 25 business days. So 2 to 4 weeks, right? In today's age, with Amazon Prime and all these fast shipping methods, people don't want to wait that long to get their stuff. So that's where there's a tiny con of the dropshipping model, right? Your customers don't want to wait that long, but there is a solution. On AliExpress, a lot more suppliers nowadays are actually using third-party fulfillment systems here in the United States and warehousing their goods here just for dropshipping because it's become such a big business. So you could actually go on AliExpress and filter and find suppliers who ship from the United States. So let's hop into the screen share and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So here we're on AliExpress, right? Let's just type in chef knife, right? Once you type in your product, you can come here to this top bar and select ships from. And you can obviously do China, and there's Turkey, and you can click the United States where we are. And now you're going to get a whole bunch of products that ship directly from the United States. And what that means is your customers will get the items much faster. So typically they ship using the United States Postal Service, USPS, and that's anywhere from 3 to 7 business days. So much shorter, right? First class shipping is what I use in my business. It says 2 to 5 business days. Sometimes it's quicker, sometimes it's slower, but it ships domestically, meaning your customer gets their product a lot sooner. So let's just click into one of these. Like here's one right here. And you can see they actually give you the option whether you want it from China or you want it from the United States. So let's just click on one and you can see this knife looks like it's $70, which sounds a little expensive. Okay, $17. That must have been a different one. But you can see, look, it ships directly from the United States and shipping from the United States Postal Service 4 to 13 days. I think it goes a little bit quicker, but that's just a benefit to your business. Again, the dropshipping model con is lack of customer service and lack of quick shipping times when you're shipping from China. But this is a tip. Go through your AliExpress products. Here, let's just look for another one in a completely different niche so you know I'm not crazy. Let's type in makeup tools. Right, you type in makeup tools and you click ships from the United States, and lo and behold, there's a bunch of makeup tools that ship directly from the United States. So this is one quick way around getting those long shipping times and finding suppliers who actually ship from the United States. I'm telling you, it'll lead to way less customer service inquiries. It'll lead to much happier customers, which then leads to repeat business. So these are the first steps in building a real brand, a real business, is getting away from drop shipping from China. And if you can ship from the United States, you're golden. So quick little tip, but these are some of the things that you got to keep in mind when you're going through this business and building a real long-lasting online business. So on to the next section. Now in this section, I want to talk about a little tool that's going to actually help you find winning products. That tool is called Power Ad Spy. So essentially what Power Ad Spy does is it actually filters out a whole bunch of Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Instagram ads, and you could actually filter it out by keywords, product searches, engagement, which is probably most important. So likes, comment, shares, and it'll help you find viral products, making your product research or giving you ideas a little bit easier on which products you want to pick. So let's hop into the computer and I'll show you exactly what it is. So this is Power Ad Spy. Now they do have a free version for 10 days, a free trial. If you want a monthly subscription, I think it's like $100 a month. They have different tiers, like 10 different tiers. So pick the one that's best for you if you want to use this tool. But essentially what you could do is you'll come over here to the top, right? We're going to search on Facebook ads only. You're going to come to the top and then you're going to sort by likes, comments, or shares. For this one, let's go with likes. Minimum, I would say a good amount is minimum 1,000 likes. Maximum, let's put, I don't know, 50,000 likes, right? Nothing too crazy. I mean, 50,000 likes is still a lot of freaking likes, but that's what we'll use for now. We'll also come to filters. Call to action, we want shop now, because we're looking for products. Country, we want United States. Ad type, we want a video. And then ad position, we want it to be in the news feed. So this is what your filter should look like. Shop now, United States, video, and the news feed. And then let's click search. And now what you can see is it'll actually populate a whole bunch of different video ads, and you can sort through and see which ones are drop shipping products and which ones aren't. So you could see when it has this little Shopify emoji, that means they're Shopify stores. That means they have a product. So let's just click on one ad and see what it looks like. So it looks like they're selling this little like mini garden thing. So here, let's watch this one. You can see this one's like a little lamp, like a little cool sparkly lamp. Looks like a pretty viral product, right? And when you click show original, look what happens. Let me just pause this so we don't get the noise. You click show original, it'll actually take you to the Facebook page and it'll take you to the original ad. So you can literally see the ad copy. You can see what emojis they put. And then most importantly, you could actually see their actual website. You can come into Power Ad Spy and look at ads that are already working for products that are already working, right? This seems to be like this cool little ping pong, wherever you go thing. Looks like, again, a pretty viral product. Let's click show original. Let's see where it takes us. You can see it takes us to their page. You can even sort by Shopify, right? Shopify is the platform we want to use. So let's click search once again. And then next, you could actually sort by the amount of days. So let's try the last 30 days and see what comes up. So these are ads that are working right now because you could see November 7th, 2021. So let's click on this one. Just some cool little bracelets, it looks like. And this has 43,000 likes. So that's how you know this has a lot of money behind it. It's probably a profitable product. Let's click show original. It's this page called Goodbye or Good Vibes Heaven. And you can see here's their copy. They're offering a sale. They got emojis. And then you could actually click the landing page. Let's see where it takes us. And there you go. You can see their landing page. You can see all the brand assets they have, all the goodies they have. And again, this is just another way to find some viral products to see what you actually might want to sell and what these viral products look like. And don't be afraid. Like if you see something you like, do some product research, see if there's many other companies that are selling it. If there's not, you can straight up just sell what they're selling. That's the beauty of the e-commerce business, is you could actually take these products and either go buy inventory and make them better or market it in a different way. Like when I started selling fishing line, I wasn't the only person selling fishing line on the market, but what I did was I marketed it in a unique way. I made unique videos that no one was doing at the time. So you could take these viral products, take these viral videos, recreate them in a way that you could put a spin on them, make them a little bit different, make them a little bit better. That way you could actually sell them as well. So again, Power Ad Spy, super cool tip to find very profitable, winning products, viral products that are current today, right? Use all the filters that we just used together. They have a 10-day free trial if you don't want to pay the fee. The starting fee is super, super cheap. They have multiple levels, but again, super, super powerful tip to find a winning product. On to the next video. So in this section, I want to show you what happens when you actually get an order on your dropshipping store or your Shopify store, your e-commerce store, and you need to fulfill that item through Oberlo. They have a super unique software that is honestly a time saver and a lifesaver. So when I first started e-commerce and I got a order on my store, I would have to manually go to AliExpress, take the customer's name, shipping address, phone number, enter in all that information, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, and place the order. Now, this is a huge time suck, but Oberlo actually has some sort of magic cotton candy machine. That's what I like to call software. But they have the software to actually do it all for you, and all you have to do is click confirm and pay. So I'm going to show you and hop into the computer and show you exactly what this is. All right, so we're back in Oberlo, and you're going to come over to your order section. Now, here is where you'll see your orders start to come in, but it says you got to connect your AliExpress account. So go ahead and do that. So now you just have to authorize Oberlo to sync with AliExpress. And boom, there you go. So now it is synced up. Now I'm going to go over to Shopify and put in a fake order. All right, so what you can do to put in a fake order is you're going to click create order. You can just put in a customer's information. I'm obviously just going to put in mine. So we got the customer's information. Let's go to browse. Let's go to products. All right, let's add this one. Add. And then we will negate this. So we will go add discount, $79.95, apply. We will go to collect payment and mark as paid. All right, so it says mark this paid. This will create a free order. No payment is required. Create order. And now our order is created. So when we come over to the order section of Shopify, you'll see you'll have the order number, what time it was made, and if it's fulfilled or unfulfilled. Now let's come back to Oberlo. So there you can see your first order is now in Oberlo. So now all you got to do is come over to this blue order button and click order. Now watch this magic happen. So you can see you have your Shopify order number and the store that you're purchasing on AliExpress from. You have the customer's information, and Oberlo actually puts it all in. So their first and last name, phone number, address, all that good stuff, and then the product. And you can see we sold that product for $79 and we're only paying $20. And all you have to do is click the order button and it goes through. Now for this sake, I'm obviously not going to order the knife, but it's literally as simple as that. You're going to go ahead and pay for the item. It's going to charge your credit card. And then once the AliExpress seller ships the item, it's actually going to send the tracking number to Oberlo. And through Oberlo, you can actually send it back to Shopify and it syncs. It'll send your customer a notification saying, hey, your order has just shipped. It's on the way. So Oberlo, honestly, it's come such a long way over the past 3, 4, 5 years that this is the time saver. So once you get your first order, this is all you're going to do is come into Oberlo, connect your AliExpress store, click order. It's going to put in their information, send the information to the AliExpress seller. They're going to receive the order. You're going to pay for it. You got $79. You're paying $20 and you make that $50 profit. So it's as simple as that. On to the next section. So in this section, I'm going to teach you exactly how to calculate profit in your business. Now, the lifeblood to any organization or business is knowing your numbers and making sure you're profitable. At the end of the day, you could be spending a lot of money on ads. You could be making a lot of sales, high revenue amounts, high expenses. But if you're not making a profit at the end of the day, it's just not worth it. The company I used to work for, this guy named Brandon Dawson would always say, revenue is vanity, profit is sanity. You can have huge revenue numbers, but again, if you're not generating a profit, it's worthless at the end of the day. Now, there's a few apps in Shopify that you could actually connect to your store that calculates all profits together, but Oberlo has a simple tool that tracks your cost of good, your total sales, and all you have to basically do is subtract your advertising costs. So it makes it super, super simple. That's why I love using Oberlo. So let's hop into the screen share and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. So here we're in our Oberlo dashboard and you can see you come to home and this is the screen that you're gonna see. Once you start making a lot of sales, you'll see this graph start to populate for each day, but here's a quick sample order that we did. So you can see the item we sold was $79.95. Since we did a sample order in Shopify, it's saying that our order was $0, right? Because that's what we did, but it still costed us $22. So what you'll be able to see over here is your total sales amount, how many orders, and how much it costed you, and then it's gonna leave you with a profit amount. So for example, let's just do some quick math, right? Let's say we sold 100 of those knives at $79.95. That's $7,995, right? And each knife costed us $22.71 shipped to the customer. So we'll take 22.71 times 100. That's $2,271. Now we'll subtract our cost of good from our total sales number. So 7,995 minus 2271. That gives us a profit. I just did it backwards, but that gives us a profit about $5,724. So what you'll do is take this number, and then you will take your ad cost, however much it costed you to generate these sales numbers in ads, you will subtract it from your profit number. So for example, let's just say we spent $3,000 on ads to get that $7,000 in sales. That's about a 2.5x ROAS, definitely possible. So what we'll do is take 5,724 minus 3,000, and that gives us a total profit on the business of $2,724. So that's the easiest way to calculate your profitability in your business. Now, again, Oberlo makes it super easy. You have, again, your total sales volume. You can adjust the days. If you want to do it just on one day, you can. If you want to do it on the month, you can, right? They have all of these helpful tools in here. And then essentially, you'll have your total amount here. You'll have your total cost amount here, and then you'll have your earnings. All you really have to do is take that earnings number, subtract however much it costed you in ads, and there you go. You have your profitability on the day. And you can do this on a daily window, you can do this on a weekly window, or you can do this on a monthly window. I suggest you do all three. If you want to be profitable in the beginning, really look at your stuff day to day and see how it's performing, see which ads are more profitable, see which products are testing better or selling more. You have to know the numbers in your business in order to scale. So this was just a quick section on how to calculate your profits. If you have any questions, let me know, but I'll see you in the next section. In this section, I want to talk to you about upsells and cross sells. And basically what that is, it's another way to increase your average cart order or your average order value. So what is an upsell? What is a cross sell? Basically all that is showing your customer a similar product to what they're already buying on your store and having them add it to cart right before they check out, right? It's just like when you're at the grocery store, you're buying some chicken and milk and eggs, right? And you see the candy, the gum, the mints, right? All by the cash register section, and you grab a couple stuff right before you check out, right? That is an upsell. That is a cross sell. It's just adding something additional to your product that goes great with the product the customer's already buying and just saying, hey, do you want to add this to your cart while you're buying this anyways? And most of the time, people do. Now, what you should look for when doing an upsell or a cross sell is take your main product, right? Let's say your main product is $50. You want that upsell and cross sell to be anywhere from $10, $15, max $20, $25. You don't want it to exceed the price of the original product they're buying. You want it to be like a fraction, right? I'd say a 30%, 25%, maybe 30, 40% of the purchase price of the item they're already buying. Now I'm gonna run you through an example on my store so you can see exactly what I mean. So let's hop into the screen share. So we're here at the Beyond Braid store, right? Let's just click on a product, right? Let's go here. We wanna buy this, $29.95. And I want it in 15-pound test, and I want it in blue camo. Now look what happens when I add it to the cart. Boom, my little cross-sell and upsell comes up. So essentially, I'm offering 4 products that the customers can buy, and you can see there are products that all go with fishing line, braided fishing line. So there's this little ring cutter, right? It cuts braided line. There's this line spooling assistant, so it helps customers actually spool their line up by themselves. It has a little suction cup at the bottom. There is fluorocarbon, which is leader material. It's a different type of fishing line, and I have multiple options that they could choose from. And then I have one more cutter, and you can see they're all $13.95, $14.95. This one has different options that go a little bit more expensive, but most of the time people end up buying the ones that are $14.95. Sometimes they'll go with the $27.95 ones, and then this one is $14.95. And all you have to do is click add. It added it to the cart. You click continue. And then you come over to the cart, and there it is, right? You just basically increased your order value by almost 40, 50% just from doing this. So we went from a $29 sale almost to a $45 sale. So that is exactly what an upsell is, right? The customer's checking out. They made the decision. They want to buy your product, and all they're doing is just adding this thing right before they're checking out. You're saying, hey, really quick, before you check out, do you want this? This goes great with this product, and that's how you get this upsell. And I'm sure if you ever shopped on any other websites before, companies use this all the time. It's just a quick way to generate more revenue for the business. Now, how do you actually get this installed on your store? It's all done through an app, right? An app through Shopify. So we'll hop back over to Shopify. We'll come over to the back end. This is my store for the day. Ooh, little $2,000 day, not bad. So we'll come over to the app section. Now there's a bunch of apps. All you got to do is go to the app store and type in upsell. These are the ones that I'm using. Now Turtle Upsell is the one I was using. It actually was pretty great. It just had some bugs, so I had to deactivate it, but I want to show you what it looks like anyways, because this one's very cheap. I think it's like $30 a month, and you can see some stats on it. So I think I've had Turtle Upsell in my store for a few months now, and you can see just this little app alone has generated an additional $20,000. 60,000 people saw it, 3,600 added to the cart, and 1,300 people actually purchased. And this is what this one looks like, right? I put, these go great with braided line, and I give them a little brief description of each product. All they got to do is click add, and it goes to the cart. So it's just a quick way to add on some extra income. And I'm going to take you to another one that I'm currently using, because while Turtle Upsell is having these bug issues, I went to this Candy Rack one-click upsell. And I installed this one, I think, last week. Since then, it's gotten 3,000 views, $600 in sales, and a 1.5 conversion rate. And to make a new upsell, it's super, super easy. It's literally as simple as clicking a few buttons. So you'll click product upsell. You will come to the product that you actually want to upsell. So fishing line is my main product. I just need to upsell a product. Let's say I wanted to upsell a hat, right, to go with the fishing line when they check out. I could say, look, these go great with braided line or some other sort of description, and display for all products, or you can do specific products. So you could actually select which products you want it to pop up on. Now, I don't want it when they're buying any apparel. I just want it when they're buying the fishing line. So I would go and select all of the fishing line, right? And then eventually I would add it. And then all you got to do is click save, and it works out. Now, when the customers come over to my site, they click on a product, they add something to the cart, it will pop up as a little indicator saying, hey, do you want this before you check out? Now, in order to have an effective upsell campaign, you have to have products that go well with your products, right? Something that people would want to buy. So if they're buying shoes, right, sell them some shoelaces, right? It probably costs $10, $15 on a $70 shoe. Say, hey, do you want some cool color shoelaces? Let's say someone's buying a makeup bag, right? It's a $50 makeup bag. They click add to cart, and a pop-up should come up saying, hey, do you want to add some makeup brushes to your bag? It's $15.95, right? That's a good version of an upsell. For example, I was on Yeti Cooler's website. I was looking at buying a cooler. It was a $200 cooler. I added it to the cart just to see what shipping would be. And they said, hey, wait, do you want to add a water bottle to your cart? And I said, no, thank you. It was a $200 cooler, and I think the water bottles were like 30 or 40 bucks. Still within that small percentage. You never want it to exceed the value of the original item. You always want to keep it below, but they should be parallel products, right? They have to go hand in hand. So whatever niche you choose, I'm sure there's multiple products in that niche that you can pair together to have a successful upsell or cross-sell. So this was just a quick tip on how to increase your average cart value, increase your average order value, and eventually will help the profitability of your business once you scale. So on to the next section. What I want to talk to you really quickly about is product pricing and margin, because these are two very, very important concepts when picking products, doing product research. You have to have your product pricing on point, and you have to have big enough margins to take into consideration your cost of good and your ad costs and leave some profit left over for you to make money, right? So let's hop into a screen share really quick, and I'll show you this quick little slide. So you can see product pricing and margins, very, very important. You have to have large margin in this business. If you do not have large margin in this business, you will ultimately fail. So if you source a product on AliExpress for $5 and you try to just sell it for $10, there's a very good chance you're not going to be profitable with that, because your cost of advertising and cost of customer acquisition is so large, you're not going to have room left over for profits. So you need really, really large margin. If you find a product on AliExpress, right, your cost for $5, you should sell that product for at least $30 or more. Now, it doesn't have to be exact, right? You can sell it and try $24.95, $22.95, $29.95. But you should be thinking with these really, really large margins. Let me just pop over to my website really quick. So I'll give you an example. This product is $22.95 and I charge $2.95 for shipping. So it comes out to about $26, and that product cost me $2.97. The 500 yards is $29.95. They have to pay for shipping, $2.95. Comes out to $33. This costs me $4.50, right? So I have really, really large margins so I can spend more money on ads to acquire customers. I truly urge you to find products that you can sell for at least $19.95. Again, the more you can sell a product for, the more margin you're going to have, the more profits you're going to be left over with. So don't try to sell things for $9.95, $13. Like I did this very early on, and I really couldn't generate any profits because there just wasn't enough juice there for me to squeeze that lemon and make some money, right? Another quick tip that people don't actually think of is you should never price things evenly. You should always use 95, .97, .99, right? For example, don't sell something for $19, don't sell something for $20, sell it for $19.95, right? The psychological aspect of jumping from the teens into the 20s, it's not that big of a difference, but it does matter. Now, when you go from $89.99 or $89.95 into the 90s and the hundreds, that makes a big difference. That's a big psychological jump. So back over to my website, for example, you can see all my products are priced at, they're all priced at 0.95. So $22.95, $29.95, $54.95, $89.95, right? That's just a big psychological change rather than seeing a flat number. Tip my old boss used to tell me, Grant Cardone, is if something ends in a zero, it probably isn't true. So if you tell me, hey, how many calls did we make today? And you told me 400 calls, that number's not true, right? Anything that ends in a zero is false. But if you said, hey, we made 417 calls, there's a lot more believability to that. And the last tip I want to give you is your target average order value should be $50 or more, right? Again, just goes back into the concept. If you're selling something for $50, you have a lot more margin, a lot more budget to spend on advertising to acquire customers and still have profits left over. So I'm going to show you an example. So here's my website year to date. You can see our average order value this year in 2021 is $52.20. So sticking in those guidelines, if you can go over $50 or more, that's the best. And we've done just on Shopify, close to $1.2 million just on this channel. We have other channels that we're selling on, but let's put that into an example. So you can see this is my landing page and my product page. How do we actually get to that $50 mark or more if we're only selling $22, $29, or $40 products, right? So I have a few little tricks to do that. One, I have this free shipping over $50. So if they spend $50, they save $3 on shipping and they get free shipping. So that's just one little subtle trick. Two is having products with multiple price points. So you can see a lot of people order the $300 and $500, but a lot of people order the $90 product. So it averages out to that $50, $52 mark. Another trick is actually having cross sales and upsells. So watch what happens when I add this product to cart. I have a whole bunch of product upsells that people can add to the cart. So let's say they're spending the $29.95, right? They can add another $15 and get closer to that $50. They can add 2 of them to get free shipping. I've had some customers buy all 4 of these. So those are the 3 tips, right? You want to incentivize with free shipping, right? Free shipping over $50 to get them that $50 price point. Have products with multiple price points, so a cheap, a medium, and an expensive version, and then again, have those upsells. So these are just a few tips on product and pricing when you're doing your product research to take into consideration. Trust me, they will help you in the long run if you take care of this now rather than do it wrong in the beginning and try to fix it later. Do it right now, do it right from the beginning, build in your profit margins, have at least 60, 70, 80% profit margins, and you'll be golden. On to the next video. Here's a quick little pro tip on finding and testing products. Now, I want to make this clear. There's a very good chance the first, second, or third products that you sell, they're probably not going to work. Now, I'm not trying to get you down. I'm not trying to say that in a negative way, but I'm trying to set realistic expectation. Now, I want to give you a quick personal story about product testing that I did a while back. So the first store I ever started was a fishing store, right? And I was testing fishing hooks, lures, reels, hats, fishing products, fishing line, anything related to fishing. And I was testing different types of products with different types of ads. Now, fishing line got a couple sales here and there. And I was like, hey, this could be a good product. But at the end of the day, I couldn't get it to be profitable. And I ended up closing down that business. But I ended up revisiting the fishing niche. I think it was like a year later or something like that. And I went back to fishing line. So this is just a quick spool of that fishing line that I'm talking about, right? And what ended up happening was I tweaked my marketing and I made better video ads for the fishing line, and it actually took off. So I just want to set realistic expectations, right? It may not be the product that's wrong. It may be your landing page or maybe your ads that are not good and not converting. But at the end of the day, it could be a product that's lacking demand. So that's why it's very important to test different products, different ads, different colors, different ad copy, different suppliers. You really want to test as much as possible. So again, I'm just setting some expectations for you. Your first, second, third, maybe even your 10th product, they all might fail, but I want you to keep trying because winning products are out there. There's literally millions of winning products out there. You just have to test and find the right one. So test, test, test. Don't expect your first product to be a success. That's rarely ever going to happen. Could it happen? Yes, right? It definitely could. But if your first product fails, don't get discouraged. Keep trying, keep testing, and I promise you, you'll find something that works. So on to the next section. Really quickly, I want to give you these few tips that I take into consideration every time I'm looking for a new product. What you should try and do is find products that have a unique selling point or have a unique product proposition. And what I mean by that, trying to sell an ordinary product is pretty hard. So for example, this is a dry erase eraser, right? It's just a normal product, pretty hard to sell. It doesn't have anything unique about it. All it does is solve a purpose. Now here is a fishing hook. Let's see if it'll focus. There you go. Here is a fishing hook, right? Just an ordinary fishing hook. It could have some unique selling points like, hey, it's really, really sharp. It's made of a unique material, but still probably going to be harder to make ads around. Now I'm going to give you a little backstory on my fishing line story. So here we have ordinary fishing line. This is what I tried to sell. I tried to sell fishing line in a blue color, in a yellow color, and a red color. And while I had some success with it, the second time around when I restarted the business, I started selling fishing line and I was doing okay with selling regular fishing line. Now, it's not just regular fishing line, it's braided fishing line. So I went through and really sold the unique propositions of braided fishing line because it's a little bit different than normal fishing line. But now where I took it to the next level was I found colors like this. So here we have this moss camo, right? It changes colors, not typical fishing line, right? A little bit different. And then you have this blue camo that the same thing, right? It's very appealing to the eye. So there's just some unique selling propositions about, hey, this camo line, the fish can't see it because it changes colors. So it has unique propositions of color, has unique propositions of stealth. It's braided line, so it has all the benefits of braided line, that it's stronger, it lasts longer, it's coated with a polyethylene coating, it'll last forever. So there's a lot more product features in the camo lines as opposed to the regular line, which made me sell so much more of this camo stuff. Like this is still our best seller today because the ads all have a unique selling proposition. Now take a knife, for example, right? You could sell just an ordinary knife, right? This is just a plain fillet knife, nothing too unique about it. Like the grip, you can see it has kind of a cool grip if it'll focus. All right, there we go. So yeah, you can see it kind of has like this cool grip. So that is a unique selling point, that it's a branded grip. It comes with this little sheath, but at the end of the day, I feel like this is just a plain knife and would be a little bit difficult to sell. Now, when you're talking about this big bad boy, right, you open this thing up, and this is probably different than any knife you've ever seen, right? It's got this huge broad build, right? I've personally never used or ever seen a knife like this being used before. So there's a unique proposition, right? You can talk about how wide it is, how sharp it is, how many different features. You can use it to hack stuff. You can use it to fillet stuff. You can use it to chop stuff. So there's so many more product features about this knife, and so many people have drop shipped this knife and had so much success with it. So that's really what I want to hone on, is if you can find unique product features to sell, you'll be so much better off. Now, another pro tip when thinking about products to sell is buy something called a replenishable product. So what is a replenishable product? Let me read you the definition. A product that requires you to purchase on a recurring basis to support anticipated need. So what does that mean? For example, another reason fishing line has done so well is it's a replenishable product, right? People put it on their fishing reels. They'll use it for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and then they'll need to replace it because that's just the nature of fishing line, right? It breaks off. Fish cut through it, you run low when you're tying knots. So eventually you're going to need to buy more fishing line every so often. So fishing line is a replenishable product. Some other examples of replenishable products are beauty products, right? Skin lotions, right? You use the whole bottle, you rub it on your face, you're going to need another bottle. Chapstick, you use the tube of chapstick in a month, 2 months, 3 months, you're going to need new chapstick. Candles, right? Candles only last for so long, depending how long you burn them. So these are all products that are replenishable that you should try thinking of, hey, in my niche, what could I sell that people will always need? In fishing, people will always need fishing line. There's not going to be a new invention where you can't catch fish without fishing line. People will always need to buy fishing line, and they're buying it on a recurring basis. That's exactly how you generate returning business. In my business right now, we have about an 18 to 20% returning customer rate. And how we get those is through emails, retargeting, remarketing, and these are all stuff I'll go over. But again, it's because it's a replenishable product. It's not like a TV where, for example, you buy a TV and it's on your wall for 10 to 15 years, right? Fishing line, you need to purchase often. Body lotions, candles, chapstick. Customers need to purchase these things pretty often, which makes you, the business owner, obtain a very profitable business. So just to recap, find products that have unique selling features, unique product propositions, and find things that are replenishable. Now, these aren't for sure's. Your products don't for sure have to do this, but it definitely helps push you in the right direction. I know it's helped me sell a lot, so I know it's going to help you. So just a quick little tip on in the next section. Successfully imported some products into our store, right? These are the knives that we want to decide, or the products that we want to decide to test. What we're going to do next is go ahead and come over to the left-hand side. We're going to come over to online store, and this is where we're actually going to build the website. So what you see here, right, a final product of a website, that is what we're going to build. So what I like to do is I like to go around looking at some other websites in my niche. So here you have Shun. Shun is a knife company. I know they're very successful. I actually own some of their knives. They're a big business and they're professionals, right? So they have their website professionally done. So this is a good website that you want to look at, right? A professional website in your niche that you want to follow. Another one that I know of is the cookingguild.com. They're actually in the same business selling the same kind of knives. So, and I know they're successful. They sell a lot of product. They have a lot of ads running. They're very, very good. And you can see their website is put together very, very nicely. Their branding is very, very nice. So again, you want to look for competitors in your niche that have similar successful websites. Now, here's actually a store that I already pre-built for some knives. This is actually my store. It's called Forte. And I put this together very, very quickly, but I still think it came together pretty sharply. So you can see, look, I got kind of the similar color pattern as Shun, color scheme, I should say. And I have the similar drop shipping products that I want to sell, right? The similar knives that we imported into the store. I added some content here to make it look legit. I added some videos. This video is actually from my own personal cooking YouTube channel. You want to make it look as legit as possible, so when people visit your website, they're like, wow, that's a nice logo. Wow, they've got clean photos. Let's click on this one. You got a good description. You got nice photos, nice clean white photos. Here are some photos with other backgrounds, but this is what you want to do. You want to make it look as clean as possible. You want to add in some reviews. All of this we'll go over later, but I'm just showing you the basis of how I think about it when I'm looking to build my website. You just want to look at other websites that are already working, right? These are already working. Kind of make yours look like it. You can go a different route, but the old saying says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And you know, these two websites are already selling. Why not try to make yours look similar? And you can always throw some tweaks on it at the end. So when you hop into Shopify, again, you went to the online store section. Here, you're going to have your theme section. And the current theme is supply. Now, there's paid themes and there's free themes. I'll show you the free themes section. And guys, don't get too caught up over paid versus free. You can see there's 10 free themes that you can use and there's 70 paid ones. If you want to look into the paid ones, you can. They're $180, $250. Not a huge investment, but again, I'm going to show you this supply theme. I ran my dropshipping stores using this supply theme for over a year, or over a couple years, excuse me, and did over $1 million in sales with a free theme. So the free themes are still very, very good. My favorite one is supply because I think it looks very, very similar to these. It has the same kind of header style and the same kind of layout. So you can go through and look at all the free themes and see which one best fits your niche. If you're selling makeup tools, if you're selling clothing, this is a good one. See if you're selling snowboard gear or some sort of outdoor gear, this is a good one. So find the theme that really fits your niche and the product you're trying to sell. Again, I like supply. So I've already pre-chosen supply. We'll go back into supply. And here, what you're going to do is you're going to click customize. And now you basically have a blank canvas to work from, right? This is your layout. And you can customize all of these sections. You can remove, you can add things. But basically what you're going to want to do here is pull up your website or your model website that you want to look at. I'm going to use mine for reference because it's very simple and it's a simple layout that I used. And this is what I want it to look like. This is the ultimate goal for Ryan Knives is I want it to look just like this, right? And again, this is a quick store that I put together very, very quickly. And you can put together your stores quickly. If it takes you a few days to do it, no problem. But again, it's supposed to look clean and very simple. So in will come and we'll just start making it look like this website. So first we need this big header image. So what we're gonna do to add this image, you go into slideshow, you'll click the image and you wanna select the image. It gives you a pixel recommendation that you could do. What I like to do, if it gives you this, try to follow it. And there's a free website that you can use called canva.com. Canva is an awesome, awesome, awesome tool for designing, picture editing, and I use this for a lot of my stuff. So the size that it wanted us to do was 1,000 by 500 pixels. So we'll do a custom size. We'll do 1,000 by 500 pixels. We'll create a new design. We'll download it. All right, so once we've downloaded the image, you'll come over here, you'll click select image. You'll drag and drop it. So you'll upload it, which I will do right now. You'll go ahead, click it on the image, and on the right here, you'll select it, and then you will save it. So now that we have this main image in, you can see they have a bunch of featured collections, which I don't really like. Me personally, I just like a big image up front and then straight into the products down below. So when I come back in, what we're going to do is remove some of these sections. So we'll go ahead and remove that section. We'll go ahead and remove that section. And again, this button is right here on the bottom right-hand side. So now we're left with one image and one section. And in the featured collection, you can have 4 products, you can have 6 products, you can have 8 products. What I like and find, I like 8 products if you can have it. Too many rows, sorry. So right there, 8 products, very simple. Let's go with 6 because I don't think we have that many products yet. So this looks good. And now what we got to do is start adding the products to our collection. So we'll jump back into our store. And what we'll do is we're going to come over here to the left-hand side and click collections. We're going to create a collection. And this collection is going to be called the knife collection. So it gave me a little error code. What you got to do is go here. It's going to be a manual collection, and then you'll save it. And then what you'll do is you'll search for your products and add the products you want to this collection. In this case, I want all of these on our main page. Now that we've got our collection created, right, what we're going to do is add it to our homepage. So we're going to come over to the right-hand side. We're going to go ahead and click the knife collection we just made, and boom, it pops up right there. So we're going to go ahead and select that. Let's do 3 rows or 3 products per row and 2 rows. That way we can display all 6 products. Right? So now our store is coming together. It's obviously not where we want it to be, but it's coming together. Now the next step, what I like to do, obviously you got to click save. I like to go here and again look at my stores and start coming up with a color scheme, right? So I like, for knives, for some reason, I like the darker black and whites, some beiges. I like that color scheme. So I want to emulate that color scheme. So we'll come over here and we'll click the header. And now what you can do is you can come over here to theme settings on the bottom left-hand side, and it's going to open up, it's going to open up colors. So now what you can do is come here to the header. So I think you can never go wrong with like neutral colors like blacks and grays and stuff like that. So I think we'll make the header black. We'll make the main menu background. We'll go with, I think, like a black and gray theme for this store. So let's go with like a nice subtle charcoal. I think that's a cool color. Now what you could do is you'll come over here and copy this color code, and then you'll come over here to the cart button, and then you'll just paste in the color code. Click enter. That way it matches exactly. So now it's coming along pretty nicely. And again, I don't want you guys to make this perfect. Don't think it has to be perfect. The most important part of every single Shopify store is the product page, right? Because when you start running ads and driving traffic, this is ultimately where your customer is going to come to the product page. But it is still important to get some of this stuff correct. Now, this stuff we'll come back to, but for now, you can see it's taken formation, right? So the store's starting to look good. We've got everything kind of coming together. This Ryan Knives thing looks pretty dull, pretty bleak. I don't like the logo. So again, what we could do is go get inspired. I had this logo created for me for about 20 bucks, so super cheap. Again, it was kind of emulating this Shun kind of looking thing. And the Cooking Guild, they have a super simple logo, right? So your logo does not have to be crazy. So what I like to do, again, let's come over to canva.com. Let's just create a design. You could put, I know Instagram post, so it's a nice square design. And now you can start messing around with logos. Honestly, if you look at most logos for big companies, like look at Amazon, right? Amazon's logo is their name of the brand with a little arrow. If you look at mine, look, I'll show you my Beyond Braid logo. It's literally, it's nothing fancy. It's not like a fancy logo. It's just the word surrounded by some black lettering. That's it. So what I want you guys to do is think about what you want your logo to look like, and you can come over here to Canva and start messing around with some of their texts, right? So they have all of these cool text. Now I'm actually a pro user, so I pay for Canva, but a lot of these are free, right? You can grab some of these free ones and go ahead and make your logo. Now, if you don't want to do it on Canva, there are some other options that I'll show you, but let's just for this sake, let's see how easy it is to make a logo using Canva. So find something that you think would look nice with your niche or your brand, and then go ahead and select it. I saw one that looked pretty cool and simple. This one actually looks pretty cool. So we'll go Ryan's Knives. And now I'm going to change the color and mess around with the color scheme to kind of match the look we're going for, right? So we're going for like this brownish, kind of darkish color scheme. Let's go with, you can get custom colors over here. Let's kind of go with this like darkish color, right? And this one I want to make white. The effects, it has some shadow on it. So the shadow we can do in white as well. We'll go white as well. Now, obviously you can't see this here, right? Because this background is white. But what you could do is make that background black, and you can see exactly what it looks like. Now, I think that's a pretty sweet and simple logo. If you want to go and add in some more elements, what you can come here and do is type in a knife. And then you could take a simple little design like that. Let's make it white. And then you can mess around with the location of it, right? So even if we go like this, right? And guys, I have zero graphic design skills. I am horrible at graphic design. I usually outsource all of this stuff and go to Fiverr.com. But I think this is actually looking kind of cool. that actually looks kind of cool, and I would actually use this. I think this is actually really, really cool. So let's just move this up a little bit. Let's center it. Let's get this knife there. Guys, I don't know about you, but I think that's actually pretty cool. So I'm going to go ahead and download that. And I'm going to bring it over to my Shopify theme. So we're going to go to header. And here you can see logo. So it's going to say custom logo. You'll select an image. You go ahead, drag and drop. And you can see how it looks kind of funny, right? It kind of distorted everything. And what you could do, they recommend something 4 megapixels wide, right? So what I should do is come back to Canva. I can create a custom size. So they wanted 400 megapixels. So we'll go 400 by 400. We'll drag and drop this in here. And we'll fill up the entire space. We'll download it once again. And see if it kind of fits a little bit better. So all it is just a little bit bigger. So let's see if we can mess with the logo width. Let's see if we put 200 here. There we go. Now it's looking a little bit better. Let's try 150. So there you go. Now it's looking a lot better. And something I do suggest you guys do often is go to your mobile little section and check how it looks on mobile, because most of your customers are going to be on the mobile device. So I'm actually pretty happy with how that turned out so far. Now, another free resource to create a logo, you can simply go to Google and type in logo maker free. And you can come to any one of these websites. You can do free logo design. Obviously, Canva's there. Adobe has it. Logomaker.com. So there's a bunch of free websites as well where you can get a logo created. So I'll show you this one, logomaker.com, I've used before. So we could do Ryan's Knives. I'd say food, beverage, and restaurant. So we'll click make logo. It tells you, hey, what kind of logo do you want? I think this one will look nice with an icon. What kind of font? I like simple fonts. And I think I like it when the logo sits above. And then you can see it generates a whole bunch of logos for you. So this one is actually pretty neat, pretty clean. You can just get simple text ones. You can get, I mean, they've got pages and pages of logos. So this is another free resource. And what you can do is once you click on it, You could actually edit something. You could edit the colors, right? So if you want it a little bit darker to go with your theme, I'd say like that. You can edit the font if you want it in all caps, if you want it logoed, and then you can go ahead and you can save the logo. So logomaker.com is another free resource. You just got to enter in your account details. And if you don't want to do any of this, again, Command-Shift-4 if you're on a Mac, and just literally, you could just screenshot it and take it right away, right? So look, I already have the file right there, which is something that I'll normally do anyways. So logomaker.com, another free resource. So a few other ways to get a logo is you can have someone else make it for you completely. So you can go to Fiverr.com. What Fiverr is, it's basically a marketplace where you can get anything done online via virtual assistant or virtual creator. So you can see they have graphic design, digital marketing, writing, translation, video, music, programming. So what we want is graphic and design. And you can see they have a little logo section that you can go and get logo design. Now you can pick what kind of logo you want. You want a minimalist logo, 3D, mascot, signature, hand-drawn, vintage, watercolor. And you can get it anywhere from $30, $25, $15. You can get very simple logos made. If you want an extravagant logo, you can get an extravagant logo made. Again, I like to go back to the term simple scales, fancy fails. Just keep it simple. If you can't make it yourself and you really need to outsource it, go find someone like this. So look, I think this guy makes some pretty cool stuff. What you'll do is instead of directly buying the package, right, see what they offer, go ahead, you can contact the seller and say this, say, I have a business where I sell knives, and again, input whatever niche or product that or business that you're going to create, explain it to them. So I'm doing our example. I have a business where I sell knives. I need a simple logo that is clean looking and will look similar to these logos I will send you. And now what you could do is you can grab some of these logos, right? So you could, if you're using a Mac, Command-Shift-4, you can go ahead and screenshot this little logo. You can go ahead and send it to them and say, hey, I want you to make something that looks similar to this, and kind of explain to them as much as you want, right? Color scheme. I would like some browns, blacks, and grays. I would like the name of the brand in the logo to be Ryan's Knives. I would like a picture of a knife in the logo. So you would just go ahead, send it to them, and then you can contact the people back and forth. And what I recommend you do is just copy and paste this. And once you send this to a creator, go back to, I'd say, 3 other creators. Let's just type it in logo making. You can go back to other creators, and I would submit your logo to them. So like this guy, he looks like he makes pretty simple, clean stuff, and he does it for $5. So I would type in the same message and attach the same photo, right? So this is a paid version using Fiverr.com. Again, Fiverr is a place where you can get this done very, very cheap. All right, so next what we're gonna start doing is building that very important product landing page. Now, without a good working product landing page, your whole business is gonna be a flop, and that's definitely true. So this product landing page is probably one of the most important pieces of technology in this whole entire business system. So there's a few things that you need, right? You need a header, you need a carousel, you need a buy box, and then you need a stacked support conversion. Now I'm gonna hop into my website and do a screen share so you can actually see all of the elements that I'm talking about and go over them. So, for example, we have the header, right? The header simply shows, hey, free shipping, shows logo, and it shows some other elements of the website. Now, this header should be completely out of the way. It shouldn't block any elements of your product landing page. It should just be there. Now, next, we're going on to the carousel. Now, what the carousel is a series of high-quality images, right? Whoops, I went backwards. That's the last image, right? So a carousel is just a bunch of high-quality images that show different angles and really sells the product, right? That is the overall goal, is you want to make sure you can sell your product through great product images. Next, you also want to have something called a buy box. And the goal of the buy box is to specify simple points, show different variations, price, and have your add to cart and all this other jazz. So essentially the goal here is basically to simplify the sales pitch, right? Because all your landing page is one giant sales pitch. So you'll use it to highlight very simple points and keep everything very simple and straightforward with colors, options, and other things the customer can buy. And the ultimate goal of this is to get the add to cart or purchase with the buy box. Now, next we have the stack support conversion content, and that's what this stuff is. So essentially, you have a couple of videos, right? And the purpose of this is just to sell, right? Really sell the customer, give them more information. You want some nice, clean infographics, right? Again, product features, and we're really selling the product, giving them all the features and benefits. It's really designed to overcome any objections they may have about your product. So for the fishing line example, right, does this line really cast further and will it last long? Well, here it's answering that question. Yes, it'll help you cast further and it'll last longer than the current line you're using. Also, what it's designed to do is build desire. So you can see, right, I have pictures of me catching the fish. That's the ultimate goal for a fishing product, is to help you catch more fish. And then lastly, you have reviews, right, all the way down here. So these are all of the elements of a really high quality landing page that you should have. And basically what these are all doing is they're all working together in sync to get that conversion, right? The whole goal of pictures, the buy box, the supported content, the reviews, the whole goal is to get your customer to push over the edge, trust the website, and eventually buy the product, right? So they're all working in sync together to get you that sale. And again, common things that are included in these assets are images, sales videos, reviews, customer testimonials, unique selling points. You need to have all these things on your landing page. So that's just a simple overview of what a working landing page looks like. Next, we're going to go into building it and we'll go through it step by step. And this should start painting a picture of what your landing page needs to look like in order for it to be successful and get those conversions. So on to the next section. All right, guys. So in this section, what I want to go over and teach you is, now that we have a good looking foundation, right? We got our color scheme down. We got our products on the home page. Now, for the one of the most important key parts of this entire thing is we got to make our products look good, and we got to align them so they look like they're under our brand, right? So let's go to my Forte Knives example. You can see I went through and made everything look similar. Now I'm going to come over here to Oberlo, and you can see all of these are from mostly different suppliers, and you can see all the pictures, right? They kind of all, they brand them differently, and they brand them in their own way. So you can kind of tell, hey, these all don't really look synonymous, and they don't look like they're under one brand. And that's what the goal is, right? We're trying to make our store look like everything is going to be a Ryan knife, quote unquote Ryan knife. So what we'll do is we'll hop into our products page, and let's just find one of our products. So first of all, these products come with a poor description, right? They come, typically they come with more pictures. I'm surprised this one only had one picture. I think the import may have been incorrect. Let me take a look real quick. Usually it comes with a bunch of pictures, right? So yeah, look, it does come with a bunch of pictures. So let's import this one. That way we have all those pictures to work with. Let's go to our products. Let's make sure it's there. Okay, maybe the pictures are just loading. But anyways, we'll just run with it. So first of all, this long long description, gots to go. So you want to come up with something that's pretty simple and pretty catchy, right? So what this is like a Serbian, kind of Russian knife, like weird kind of butcher cleaver, right? So you want to see if you can come up with a pretty interesting name for it. So first of all, let's get rid of this. And if we just go to my Forte knife example, let's see what I named it. So I named it the Serb hand-forged Serbian knife. And I like that. So let's run with that as an example, right? So you can see you got a quick nickname for it, right? The Serb. So this is going to be known as the Serb. We can market it as, hey, this is the Serb. It's a Serbian chef knife. Now, this description has to go. Probably 85% of this doesn't matter. And the way AliExpress has it listed, this is how they get their product descriptions. But if you look at other professional stores, this is not how product descriptions usually are. So let's go to our trusty website and see how our competitors do it. So here we're on Shun. Let's just click into one of Shun's knife. I know Shun has a pretty simple layout, but look here. They have a classic blonde knife, and they have a little bit about the knife, right? Brief description, and then some bullet points, right? Some features, and then they have some other products and reviews. That's kind of the standard of how your store should be laid out. Let's go to the Cooking Guild and see what they got going on. So you can see they have very similar knives, very similar Serbian cleaver type. So let's just click into here. So you can see they have a big product picture. They have some infographics, which are very, very nice, which are helpful. They have great photography, great branding. You can tell this is put together very, very well. But look, they have brief descriptions. I think these descriptions might be a little bit long. I like to go directly into product features. You can see, look, they have reviews with pictures, and those are amazing. This website looks absolutely amazing. And now I just want to bring you into my website, the Beyond Braid website, and I just want to show you kind of what I like to set up my pages as. So I like a lot of good pictures of the product, right? People are buying with their eyes. They can't really touch it or feel it because they're buying online. So you want to have as much helpful pictures on here as possible. And for this product, what I did is I just go straight into features, right? I did 5 main features, and then I do a brief description on that feature and kind of highlight some things, right? Put them in bold, because people don't want to sit there and read a whole paragraph. You got to put things in short text. You got to think in the customer's eyes, right? People have very short attention spans online. So you want to make sure you're keeping things short and to the point. I like to put some videos on the actual landing page, right? So all this is just a product video going over some features, and then it's another little video of me just talking about the line. Now I do have some nice, helpful infographics, things that stand out, right? You just want to, again, people when they're shopping online, they buy with their eyes. And then lastly, a little bit of proof of concept, a couple pictures with the fish, you got the logo, and then of course you got customer reviews and some other products. So this is essentially your salesperson, right? Your salesperson is your landing page. So that's why the entire website design doesn't really matter that much. It really matters when building that landing page, that product page. That's what I want to emphasize to you guys. So we got to come up with a good description. I've already done so. So what I did was I did a brief paragraph, right? Just something very similar. So the Serb is a hand-forged Serbian knife designed to stand up to anything on your cutting board. Its large blade will slice through meats and veggies like a champ. A very well-balanced and perfect weight knife to feel like a pro in your kitchen, right? And then I go into specifications of the actual knife. Some features like some chefs really like to study what kind of material it is, how hard it is, the handle, right? So keep in product features, and then I got infographics as well. So how do you do this, right? How do you do this? This is where you're going to have to become a little bit creative, right? You're going to have to look at your product, and you're going to have to come up with a very catchy description. Now, again, if you're not good at this, you can always outsource this to a copywriter on Fiverr. But this is something that I suggest you try to tackle yourself. So what I would do here is, again, just look at product features of the knife and start coming up with a description for it. So when I see this product, what do I see? I see a unique looking knife. I see a cool looking handle. It's obviously, you got to sell it and market it. So it's got to be something super sharp, very appealing marketing words, right? And what are those marketing words? Product features that describe. You want to talk about, let's see what the Cooking Guild says, right? The Dynasty Cloud takes brute strength to a whole new level. So those are very powerful adjectives. Here you can see its expansive reinforced blade is razor sharp. So that's another way they're trying to describe the product in ways to get you to buy it, to show you that, hey, this is an awesome product. You can trust our company, right? That's the biggest thing. So I'll go ahead and put this into our product description here. I'll grab some of these features as well. We'll knock them in there. And then you can even grab some of these images if you want, right? I would. These are probably these are actually really, really helpful images. So I'll go ahead and copy these. Let's see if Shopify will let us paste it in. And there we go. And literally in the matter of a few seconds, if you're looking at the right place, you just built yourself a very, very nice title. You got a nice description. And now, most importantly, you got to get some good images. So I don't know why all the images did not import, but what you could do if that's the case, let's see. Yeah, so for some reason the images didn't import. So what you could do here is just click on this link in Oberlo, and it'll actually bring you to the AliExpress link. Right, and here, there's a bunch of images that you can grab. And I'm sure if you scroll through it, they have even more images. And this is actually, these infographics have improved drastically. When I started dropshipping a bunch of years back, typically they had some pretty ugly pictures, no sort of infographics. Like, these are very, very good. And honestly, I was going to throw in some tips on how to spice this up a little by throwing in your logo on here, making it kind of your branded theme colors. But these pictures honestly look amazing, and they're probably ready to go. So what you can do a couple things, right? If you right click and just save the image, you can import them directly into Shopify. Or again, if you have a Mac, you can just Command-Shift-4 and then go ahead and screenshot that image. You come back to your Shopify store and simply drag and drop. And boom, it'll appear right there. So let's do that. Let's grab, I'd say anywhere from 4 to 8 images is enough, right? So like all of these are really, really good images. I love this image. This is a cool image. And then something that I should stress is when looking at main product images, you want a white background. So see how on the website, I have all white background images for your main image. That's what you want to do. So how do you get that done? What you could do is come over to the link and go ahead and find just a plain image of the knife, right? This one is probably going to work. This one even better. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and screenshot this, right? You're going to come over to Canva. We'll delete this that we were previously working on, and you'll go ahead and drop that image in. And now what you're going to do is you're going to come over here. This image is uploading. You're going to go to edit image, and Canva has this unique feature that you can remove the background. I believe this is on Canva Pro. Guys, Canva Pro is $10 a month. It's definitely worth the investment. So as you can see, they allow you to erase or restore. So I'm going to erase some stuff. Let's make our brush a little bit bigger. Let's get rid of all this. And again, this could be done a lot more professionally and easily, but I just want to show you a quick and simple hack, right? So now all of a sudden, we have our white background. Whoops, did not mean to do that. And then you can go ahead and rotate this. You can leave it like that. I like to kind of get it centered, right? So let's kind of rotate it so it's on a 90 degree. And then we can go ahead and download this. And now we can go ahead and drag and drop that into our Shopify. We'll take this main cover image and delete that. Don't like that. And then we'll drag this over so it's our main image. So let's go ahead and grab just a couple more photos. Infographics. I like this product comparison one. I like this handle one. This one looks really, really nice. The more information you can provide for your customers, the better, right? As again, you're a salesperson here. You want to sell. Your product landing page has to sell this product, right? These are just basic photos. I don't even like these that much. I'm honestly really like these infographic style that the listing page is already put together, right? So you can see some the English is not too good sometimes, but these are honestly I like the branding, and you can see they kind of have the cursive, which kind of fits in with the Ryan's Knives logo that we made. So let's look for one more. And then just like that, we got our white background picture. We got some infographic pictures. We've got a good description. We got a nice title. And now we have to edit some pricing. So for some reason, it'll ask, hey, different prices shipping from different locations. So here you could do one of two things, right? I like to come back to the listing and see what it allows you to do. So you can see you can buy from China, you can buy from the United States, or you can buy from the Russian Federation. Why wouldn't we do the United States if it's the same price, right? It's 5 to 9 day shipping, perfect for drop shipping. It's amazing. So we'll go ahead and we'll delete the other two because we don't need them. And you can see on AliExpress, this product is $22. So what we will do is we'll come in and mark it up. So Shopify or Orbilo automatically marks it up. But if that product costs $22, I typically like to go 3 or 4 times more expensive. So this knife can be $79.95, so $80. We're making about $60 profit. And then that's all you're going to want to select. You don't need to mess with quantity. You do not need to mess with the SKU because that's all taken care of with Orbilo. So we'll enter that in and we'll go ahead and save that. So once you go back, you'll go here and you'll make sure to set the product active. Set active. Set active. We want to add it to our collection. Collections. Yep. The knife. Yep. I'm just showing you so you guys can actually preview the product on the website. So it's number 1 there. Perfect. Beautiful. So now if we come to Ryan's Knives and we refresh this page, we should see that one pop up. You can see, look at what a difference this makes. Right? This just, it gets cluttered when you have all different types of images. Your website's going to look a lot cleaner when you have all white backgrounds. So let's click into the product page and you can now see how much cleaner this is, right? You got nice, clean infographics. Again, make sure it looks good on mobile. Always has to look good on mobile. Got a nice description, got a nice little bullet point section, and then you have some infographics there. So next what we'll do is we'll actually add on some reviews to complete this landing page or product page, I should say. We'll cover that in another video when we talk about apps that we'll add. But here you just built a successful product page that will convert, right? This is a very simple version. You can go in and add a bunch more stuff. You can add in some videos, which actually I want to do. That's something that I will do. I'll show you how to do that. You come back here and there's a little video section where you can go ahead when you have your product in hand, you can actually film the video. So let's go to my Beyond Braid example, right? We have videos and pictures on the landing page. I have found in the past both to work extremely well. So guys, this simple landing page will do 2 million plus this year in 2021. And all it is a few bullet points, a couple videos, a couple infographics, and a couple of reviews with put together with some very professional pictures, right? I took these pictures myself. So that is another step. But yeah, we just built the product page together. It looks very, very clean. I'm actually really, really happy with how it's coming out so far. Something that I noticed here is these buttons don't go with our theme. So what you could do, again, we'll go into theme settings. We'll go to colors. And I don't like this blue. So I think it's this primary content. Let's see. Yep, it is this button. So I like my buttons to be orange or red. Like you look at Amazon, Amazon has orange buttons. I use red buttons on my store. I think matching this color with this button will look very, very nice. So let's go with like a nice deep orange. Boom. And now it fits in with the theme of our store. So look at that. We've now almost completed, very closely completed our landing page. So I will see you guys in the next video. In this section, I want to talk about one very important thing. Now, I know I've probably mentioned it like 10 times while we were building the store and building our landing pages, but I'm going to do it again just to reiterate it because it's super important. Your store, your website, your landing page need to be optimized for mobile 100%. Like, this is a no doubter, 100% non-negotiable thing. If your landing page and your website is not optimized for mobile, it doesn't look good on a mobile device, an iPhone, an Android, an iPad, your store will not do good. Now, in today's day and age, most Shopify themes are optimized for mobile, but in case you run across one that isn't optimized for mobile, don't use it. Now, if you had to pick, if it had to look good on desktop or it had to look good on mobile, make it look good on mobile. While you're designing your store, if you think something looks better on mobile and it doesn't quite look that right on desktop, do it anyways because your mobile layout matters way more. So I'm just going to hop into the computer and just show you my Beyond Braid website and again, how to toggle. So see up here, you have this little section and you can toggle between mobile and desktop. And while you're building your stuff out, you need to toggle between both. Honestly, if you need to build your website doing it mobile, do it, right? So look, again, I'm going to come to one of the product pages. So again, product page looks absolutely solid on desktop, but again, how does it look on mobile? And just toggle between the two to make sure you're optimized for mobile. And I personally think mine looks better on mobile than it does on desktop, right? The description is a little lengthy, but still does the job. And then of course, these brand assets down here, these infographics look absolutely amazing on mobile desktop. This video section was just to stress, if you're going to make a decision whether it looks better on desktop or mobile, always choose mobile. All right, guys, so in this video section, I'm going to teach you exactly how to buy a domain name. Now, what is a domain name? A domain name is essentially the name of your website. So my domain name for my knife website is forteknives.com. So I actually had to pay for forteknives.com. Now, when we go back to our Ryan Knives, we're going to try and buy ryanknives.com. So how do we do that? It's all done through Shopify. Shopify handles it all. So what you do is you go to online store. On the left-hand side, you're going to go to domains. And it's going to say buy a new domain. So right now, this is our current domain, ryanknives.myshopify.com. And it comes up as this, right? So technically it is live, but you don't want to send your customers to a website with myshopify.com. So we're going to go ahead and buy a domain. You're going to go ahead and click the green button, buy a new domain. And now here's where you can test to see if your domain is taken. So we'll put Ryan Knives. Let's see if Ryan Knives is taken. So Ryan Knives is unavailable, unfortunately, but they give you other extensions. So I could choose ryanknives.net, ryanknives.org, and you could see there's $17 per year, $17 per year, $13 per year for the first year. So it might go up after that a few bucks. RyanKnives.store isn't bad. RyanKnives.shop isn't bad. But I like .com because .com stands for .company, and that looks more legit. So you could put Ryan Knives Co. And typically that will work. So if your name is already taken, typically you put co after it, it'll work. So see, it is available, and all you got to do is click buy, and it will go ahead and set up that domain for you, and then you can then launch it, and your new website will be whatever you buy the domain as. Another workaround is if you can't find it, so Ryan Knives is taken, right? So you could put the in front of it, the Ryan Knives. That usually works. You could do Ryan Knives and Company, or you could do company. But you guys want to keep this as simple as possible. When you're explaining to people where to go, what website, you want to keep the spelling very, very simply. Like, don't spell Ryan R-I-A-N, because no one's ever seen Ryan spelled like that. Keep it the same, right? You want to keep things very, very simple. That way, when people go to search for your brand, they're not going to get lost in it. You can try something very short, no made-up words. That way, it's all very, very straightforward. So I think for us, Ryan Knives Co. looks the best. RyanKnivesCo.com. I love that. So I'll go ahead and buy that. And that's exactly how you buy your domain. All right, guys, in this section, I want to talk to you about setting up your payments for when people place orders on your store. You got to get paid, right? So you're going to come over to the left-hand side to settings. You're going to come over to the payments tab. Once the payments tab loads, you can see there's something called Shopify payments. So what Shopify payments is essentially when someone buys your product, Shopify will actually deposit the money directly into your bank account the next business day. So what you're going to do is click complete account setup. And now here it's going to ask you some information, right? You can put individual or sole proprietor, corporation, LLC, partnership. For this sake, you could just put individual or sole proprietor. Now, the employer identification number, EIN, it says it's optional. You don't need to put that right now. All this is if you have an LLC, LLC's taxpayer ID or like a social security number is an EIN number. So we're doing individual sole proprietor. We do not need to put that. So all we would do is put in your information. So obviously my first and last name, you would put in your date of birth and then your social security number for tax purposes. Next, it's going to ask you what business category you're in. So for our sake, we are in the knife business. We would put retail. And then you just would select a subcategory. We could put home goods and furniture. I sell knives. Now, customer billing statement. When the customer gets their credit card charge, this is what's going to come up in their Wells Fargo or their Chase account, right? So you can have it say whatever you want. For this, we could put Ryan Knives. You could put SP. I mean, you could just put Ryan Knives, right? SP stands for standard purchase. You just put Ryan Knives, and then the phone number that's going to be associated with it. So once you do all that, it's going to say continue with account setup. So let me just put in a fake social security number. So once you get to the next page, you have a couple options. Now this option is new, my Shopify balance account. I actually don't use this. I just have my external bank account connected. So here you'd put your routing number and account number. But here, this looks like a little place where Shopify would actually set up an account for you. But again, I've only ever used an account number and a routing number because when I get paid, I like it to go directly into my bank account. It says paid in 2 to 5 days. Typically, it's like the next business day, so don't worry about that. And then you would click complete setup once you enter in your information, and then you're good to go. So once you set up your Shopify payments, next would be to set up a PayPal account because a lot of people still do pay with PayPal. Now, what they're going to do is automatically create a PayPal account for you with the email you signed up on your Shopify account with. So if you click complete account setup, it's just going to go through a standard setting up PayPal account. Now, I don't want to go too deep into this because setting up a PayPal account is pretty straightforward. But if you have a PayPal account that you want to use, I suggest using something that's not personal like this. Go ahead and make a separate email for your business, because this is what people are going to send payments to. So I don't want people to see my name, Ryan Maya Cooking. I would put ryanknives@gmail.com. Or if you get a custom domain, you do ryan@ryanknives.com. That's the PayPal account you want to use, because again, a lot of people are going to see that. So there's a couple more payment methods that you could do, but these are the two main ones, right? Paying with credit card through Shopify payments and paying with PayPal. So it's pretty simple and straightforward. Just enter in your bank account information, connect the PayPal account that you have, so that way people can start paying you for your products. All right, guys, on to the next section. In this section, I want to go over whether you should set up an LLC or an S Corp, when you should set it up, should you use a business account or a personal account, and basically going over all of that jazz, because it gets kind of confusing. Now, again, I am not a CPA. I'm not a financial advisor, so this is not tax advice. This is not financial advice. I just have to say those disclaimers. But here's what I did. When you're first starting your store, I would not go about opening up an LLC right away. There's just no need to. All it's going to do is cost you extra money in the beginning. It's going to be kind of a headache to go through a CPA or go through LegalZoom and get it all set up. And you just don't really need it in the beginning. And here's why. Really, when you're starting a new business, right, you don't know if that business is going to work or not. For example, let's say I went out and started a Ryan Knives LLC, right? And let's say through my Shopify journey and my e-commerce journey, I figured out I don't want to sell knives. I'm not really good at it. Because in reality, that first business you make might not work. It might be different products. So what I suggest and what I actually did is, until you actually catch traction and until you have at least $50,000 to $100,000 in sales, that's when you can start thinking about, hey, I'm going to open up an LLC. I'm going to connect the business bank account. But until then, just put it in a personal bank account and just put the business under your name. Like it's really not that complicated. No one's going to try and sue you right away. Again, I don't know. This is not financial or legal advice, but I'm just saying that's what I did and that's what worked for me. Now, what you can do if you really want to do this in the beginning, you can open up a broad LLC. So let's say your name is Jessica Mendoza, right? You can set up JM Enterprises LLC. That way it's a broad LLC and you can actually put multiple things under that LLC and then go open up a business bank account. But for the purpose of a specific store, you do not need an LLC to start this business. You do not need a business bank account to start this business. Shopify has multiple options to start everything as an individual or sole proprietor, which is what you'll go through when you're setting up payments and stuff. So again, LLC or not, in the beginning, you don't need the LLC. Don't worry about it. Don't get too complicated. It's really not that serious. Once your business starts catching traction, you can then open up an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp, however you want to structure it. I do everything with a CPA. I'm not a tax expert. I hate freaking taxes, but again, just keep it very simple. Again, simple scales, fancy fails. Keep it simple in the beginning. Once you catch traction, go do what you got to do. Open up that LLC and business account. On to the next section. Hope you guys are enjoying the course so far. The next section I want to jump into is probably one of the, if not the most important section of this entire course and of doing business online, and that is marketing. So marketing has a special place in my heart because when I figured this aspect out and I learned this aspect and I solved the problem of marketing, that's when my e-commerce business finally took off. So you can build a beautiful website. You can have the best product in the world. You can have all of the profit margin in the world. But if you don't have marketing, if you don't have the ability to drive traffic to your website, get eyeballs to your website, get people to click on your ads, and get people to go see the product where they can actually check out, you will never sell anything. I want to tell you a quick story. My girlfriend, she actually wanted to try getting into the e-commerce space, right? Mind you, my girlfriend is a nutritionist and she's a personal trainer. Didn't have much business being in the e-commerce space, but she wanted to try it out. The store that she opened up was a print-on-demand store. So she was selling leggings and tops, right? Basically training stuff, right? And she built this beautiful website. She spent money on getting a person on Fiverr to make her some designs. Got these nice camo leggings, these nice concrete designs. The website was laid out beautiful. I think we even had a paid theme that I gave her. The branding was awesome. The website was awesome. The products were awesome. She just missed one key factor, which led to that business failing. She didn't have the ability to make successful ads, right? I was trying to help her make video ads herself and have her be in front of the camera. She just couldn't get over the fact of being in front of the camera, and she just didn't want to pursue it because she didn't want to put the effort into making really, really good Facebook ad campaigns. That is the whole secret sauce. And because she couldn't drive traffic to that store, to that beautiful store and those beautiful products and that beautiful product landing page, the ads sucked. I mean, it is what it is. The ads just sucked. The business failed. She ended up closing it down. She spent money on those designs and spent money on samples, and she just didn't want to pursue it any further because she didn't learn the marketing piece. And I was trying my best to teach her, but she was just being stubborn and didn't want to listen, and she wanted to pursue other things. E-commerce was not for her. She tried Amazon, she tried drop shipping, just didn't have success with it, and she didn't like it. It's not for everyone. So the point I'm making is marketing is by far the secret sauce. When I failed in those 10 drop shipping stores, and I was actually in college, I was playing summer baseball in a place called Boonville, New York, population 4,000. I was there for 2 whole months, and my games were at 6 o'clock at night, so I had all day to do nothing. And what I did is I really immersed myself in the art of marketing, and I dedicated my time to learning how to market. So I always jumped on webinars. There was free courses. I think I even took a paid course. Wherever I can find information on how to learn to run successful Facebook ads, that's what I did that summer. And that was the launch and start of my business. That's where everything turned around. I was able to actually generate profits from running Facebook ads. So I don't mean to be repetitive, but to hit it home, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, learning how to properly make a video, learning how to properly target the right customers, and getting them to click on those ads so they go to your website. That is the entire secret sauce. So this is just a quick introduction into the marketing phase of this video. So hope you're enjoying it. Let's hop right in. So in this section, I want to talk to you about all the types of marketing and marketing channels that are available in e-commerce. So besides Facebook and Instagram ads, there's actually a few other places you could advertise. For this type of business, I suggest in the beginning, you start with Facebook and Instagram ads and master that. But just to let you know, there are other channels to advertise on. So not only is there Facebook, not only is there Instagram, you could also do Google ads. So Google search ads, when you type in, I want to buy Nikes, right? Shoe ads pop up, or I want to buy a knife. Knife ads pop up. I want to buy a fishing line. Fishing line ads pop up. Those are Google search ads, and typically those are PPC ads, paid per click ads. So every time someone clicks on it, you get charged. Next, you have YouTube ads. Now, YouTube ads are typically more expensive, but they're typically higher quality. So when I've seen YouTube ads work is when you're selling a high ticket item like a course, or you're an agency, right? For high ticket items, typically for drop shipping, it doesn't work that great, and for e-commerce doesn't work that great unless you're selling a really expensive product, say like a refrigerator, like a $400 refrigerator. That's when YouTube ads work. But again, same scenario, someone searches and a YouTube ad comes up, your video ad would play there. You could advertise on Snapchat. I've tested with Snapchat. It didn't work that great. You could advertise on TikTok. Now, TikTok has a much younger demographic. There's not that many buyers on that platform, but if you have a viral product like a cool hover globe or like the old fidget spinners, right, those would have been great on TikTok. Fishing line and knives and stuff like that. And the products I sell typically don't do that well on TikTok, but if you have a viral product, I know skincare brands do amazing on TikTok, but it's just another avenue to test. And they all work very, very similar, right? Google, YouTube, TikTok, Snapchat, all the targeting is pretty much meant to be just like Facebook. Facebook is the best at it, so all the others try to copy them. You could also do something called influencer marketing, where essentially you send your product to a big influencer on Instagram, YouTube, someone with a lot of followers, to then go ahead and promote the product. So you can pay them, say, hey, I want 3 posts for $100, $200, $300. Please talk about this and give the customers a discount code. So for example, for my fishing company, I work with a bunch of influencers, but one off the top of my head has 600,000 subscribers on YouTube, and he doesn't really do ads for me. He just uses the product, leaves a code down below. He'll occasionally mention it to me. And I think since working with him over the past couple of months, he's generated like $10,000 in sales for us just from mentioning it here and there. So if you actually reach out to influencers and say, hey, are you doing any paid sponsorship opportunities? That's how you can reach a very specific audience, right? Someone in the fishing niche, someone who makes fishing videos on YouTube and has 1 million subscribers, all of their subscribers probably like fishing. So it's a very targeted and a very detailed way to get more eyes on your product without spending money on Facebook and Instagram ads. But typically, bigger influencers don't just take free product. They usually take free product and a payment. So just keep that in mind. Now, whenever you move your product to eBay, to Amazon, there's actually advertising within each platform. So again, PPC ads for Amazon and paid per click ads, PPC ads for eBay as well. Same with Walmart.com. Walmart.com, if you sell your products on Walmart, same concept, PPC ads. So when someone searches for a product, your product will pop up and say, hey, sponsored product. And if someone clicks on it, it'll charge you. Same with Amazon, eBay, and Walmart. So PPC ads, again, very, very popular. And lastly, these two are a little bit more advanced. There's SMS marketing and email marketing. Now, SMS marketing, you should have set up on your store regardless. What you could do is set up flows, like abandoned cart flows. So let's say someone comes to your website and they don't check out. They put in their information, they put in their email, they put in their phone number. You can actually send them a text message an hour later saying, hey, you forgot to check out. You can send them a text message 24 hours later saying, hey, your cart's still waiting for you. Come back, we'll give you a 10% code. Same with email, right? You can send them an email an hour later, 24 hours later, 36 hours later, a week later. So it's very, very powerful to use email and text messages to generate sales. Now, I'll go deeper into those two later on. But as your list grows, right, your text message list grows, your email list grows, those two assets become much, much more powerful. In the beginning, I completely ignored email marketing and was still successful. But now when I implemented email and text message marketing, it's generating 20, 30, 40% of my total revenue for the month for the business. So we're talking about going from no dollars to like $75, $80, $100,000 on occasion per month. So SMS and email marketing are huge, huge things that you should look into. And I definitely suggest that you use. And just to wrap it all up, I wanted to give you all the other platforms of marketing so you can start looking for ads. But for this course and for this business, what you should concentrate on getting really, really good at is Facebook and Instagram. By far, the most effective way to reach a targeted audience with great ads is Facebook and Instagram. And it's what I spend most of my money on. So without further ado, let's hop into the Facebook ads, Instagram ads, get all your accounts set up, your ad account, your business manager, connecting your Facebook pixel, all that juicy jazz will be taken care of in the next section. So let's move on. So what exactly is a Facebook ad, right? Here we are on my Facebook, and I'm just going to scroll through, and what do you know? Here is a Facebook ad. So this is where Facebook ads appear, right? They appear in your feed. You could actually see some of these little section, the sponsored section. Those are Facebook ads as well. So a Facebook ad is a paid piece of content that you're actually sticking in someone's feed. So this is how Facebook makes money. Advertisers pay for you and I and other people to see ads. This is Alex Hormozy with Gym Launch. He does very successful ads. So this is just a quick example of an ad, right? It's got a long copy, and there's many ways you can do this. You can do long copies, you could do short copies. But again, I just want to show you what is a Facebook ad. What does it look like? So what I want you to do is just scroll through your feed on Facebook or Instagram and start looking for ads, right? What will signify an ad is this little sponsored little segment under someone's name. So I currently run $7 million e-com stores, right? So this is another ad. What is he selling? Probably some sort of course or training for media buyers. A media buyer is someone who actually runs Facebook ads for a company. So what I want you to do is go on your Facebook and start looking for ads. Here's another ad. Just get familiar with what they look like so you can start painting this picture in your head, what makes a good ad. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create your business manager account for Facebook so you can start running and setting up ads. So you're going to come over to business.facebook.com. You could put in /overview, or you could just type in this first part and you should come to this page. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and create an account. You'll put the name of the business, Ryan's Knives. You'll put your name. And then you're going to type in your email and then click submit. They're then going to send you a confirmation email where you'll just follow the instructions in your email. You'll click, and then it's going to bring you to the next page. I can't do it because I have too many business managers. So I'll just show you the next step of what it's going to look like once you get that email. All right, guys. So once you go ahead and follow the instructions, it's going to bring you to this page. And this is basically your business settings. And this is obviously just one of my Facebook ad accounts. It's called the Pizza Addiction. Don't mind that. But this is what we're going to use for now. It's just a dummy account. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to set up your ad account. So you're going to come over to accounts on the left-hand side. You're going to go ahead and click add accounts. And obviously it's going to be blank just like this. And what you're going to do is click add. So you're going to go ahead and create a new ad account. The ad account name is going to be Ryan's Knives. Obviously, you're going to put the name of your business and then select the time zone you're in. And then you'll go ahead and click next. So it's going to ask you who will this ad account be used for, and it's going to be for your business manager that you created. So you're going to select My Business. You're going to click create. And it's going to bring you to this section. You're going to want to put yourself, you're going to be logged into your account. So you're going to want to put yourself as a full control admin, and then you'll click assign. All right. So now you've successfully created your ad account. You can see your ad account ID right here. It's called Ryan's Knives. It's going to be owned by the business manager, which will be the same one as your business. And there you have it. You've now just created your first ad account. All right, guys, so just to recap where we're at, right? So we got our Shopify store set up, right? We got our logo, we got our homepage, we got our product page set up very nicely. We got our descriptions, we got our images, we got our reviews. We set up our Facebook page. We connected our Facebook pixel, and now we're gonna hop into the ads manager. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here to add tools. We're going to click into Ads Manager. So once we're in Ads Manager, this is where you're actually going to go and create ads, but it looks like we need to set up one more step. So it says you need to verify your business email to continue. So let's go ahead and verify our email. So you guys can take the time to put in all the business information if you'd like. It's just asking us for our email. So we're going to go ahead and put in our email, and then you just got to go into your email and verify the email that they sent. So I'll see you once we do that. So just go ahead and confirm now. Now says your email address has been verified. So now let's go ahead and hop back into Ads Manager, and voila, the green button is now able to create ads. So this is your workstation. You're going to be here quite a lot. You're going to be an Ads Manager. You're going to be tinkering with this stuff. My goal is to get you as familiar with this as possible. So what is Ads Manager? Ads Manager is essentially where you're going to spend 99% of your time in the business end of Facebook. So this is where you're going to go ahead and create ads. You can see there's different types of metrics that will pop up. What I'll do for you guys, I'm going to show you what an ad account looks like up and running. So this is actually inside my current business ad account. You can see there are lots and lots and lots of ads that we've created. So essentially, you'll be able to see your website purchases per campaign. You'll be able to see cost per result, amount spent, purchase conversion value, add to carts, return on ad spend or ROAS, how many purchases. And again, you can customize all this, and I'll go over this. But I just wanted to show you what an actual ad account looks like, right? Because this one is kind of bare bones. But that is a brief introduction into what Ads Manager is. Next, we'll hop into creating ads. Created your ad account. Let's go ahead and create your Facebook pixel. So you're going to come over here to the left-hand side. You're going to go ahead and click Pixels. You're going to click Add Pixel. And you want to name it the name of your business. So Ryan's Knives Pixel. You'll click continue. So once you see this screen pop up, what you're going to do is click set up the pixel now. and there's a few different options of what you could do. They've now simplified this process so you can add the code using partner integration, which is the easiest thing to do. So you'll click that. You will see Shopify right here. So once you get to this page, what it's asking you to do is go set up the Facebook channel on your Shopify store. So we're going to hop back in to our Shopify store. We're going to head over to the left-hand side. The Facebook channel should be there. If it's not there, what you could do is go to apps. You go to customize your store. You'll type in Facebook, and then you'll simply just download and install the Facebook channel, but we already have it in our store, so we don't need to do that. So what we'll do is we'll come over to Facebook. You're going to go ahead and come all the way down to here to Facebook marketing. It's going to say start setup. I already started. You're going to have your Facebook account. So it's going to ask you to log into your Facebook account. So go ahead and do that. Once you log into your account, it's going to ask you for the business manager. The business manager we want to select is the Pizza Addiction. That's the one we just set up. We're going to go ahead and connect that. So once you've connected the business manager, it'll come down to domain verification. Click this. This is your temporary domain. We're going to buy one later, but you can go ahead and confirm that. So the next thing after the domain verification step, you'll come down here. If it says you need to update your payment details, what you're going to do is hop over to your business manager and go to your ad accounts and make sure you're on the selected ad account that you just created. You're going to click this little arrow. You're going to click view payment methods. And you can see there are no payment methods set up. So you're going to add a payment method. You're going to save this. And then go ahead and put in your payment method. Now I'm going to put in my method and I'll meet you on the next screen. All right, so I've now successfully added in my payment method. We'll come back over to Shopify and let's just refresh this page. And now you can see the ad account is up and running. And now it's asking you if you want to connect a page. These are all pages I have access to, but this is a perfect opportunity to go ahead and create a new page for your Facebook account and for your Facebook business. So you're going to go ahead and create new, and you're going to go to Facebook. And now you're just going to name it the name of the business. So it's going to be Ryan's Knives. For category, our category is going to be kitchen and cooking. And you can put a brief description that you can. Sounds pretty good, right? So just come up with something short. Again, this stuff doesn't really matter too much, but obviously the page name does matter. So you'll go ahead and create the page. We can go ahead and add in a profile picture. So you'll go in and add your logo. That looks pretty legit. You can add the cover photo as well. Let's go ahead and use that knife picture. There we go. And then you can just drag it to reposition it where you want it. I think. So there you go. You've now created your Facebook page. We'll come back to this and I'll show you how to get everything exactly where you want it. But this is all perfect for getting everything set up. So let's refresh the page one more time. And there you can see Ryan's Knives will connect the page. This target you want to focus on, it should be the United States. So go ahead, scroll and find the United States. There we go. And accept the terms and conditions and click Finish Setup. And you can make these products available later on. We'll show you that in a later section. But basically what you've done is now connected your Shopify account with your Facebook account through the Facebook pixel. So you can see when you come back to your business manager and you go over to pixels, this is actually the pixel that is active. Facebook and Shopify actually created a pixel for you, so it's all set up and linked. And now you're good to go. So in this section, I want to explain to you what the Facebook pixel is and what it's exactly used for and why it's actually so important. So let's hop into this screen share. So your Facebook pixel was actually created once we connected Shopify and Facebook in an earlier section. Your Facebook pixel then popped up, appeared, and is active on your website. It's installed on your website. So what exactly is it and what does it do? The Facebook pixel tracks customer activity on Facebook and your store. So what does that mean? whenever you're searching around Facebook, right, if you click a link or you view someone's profile or you watch a certain amount of a video, Facebook is actually tracking everything you do. It's pretty crazy, but they are. By you using their platform, you've allowed them to track all this information that you're giving them. Now, you could turn that off, but 99% of the people don't turn that off. So again, they track link clicks, video views, add to carts, and purchases. So since your pixel is installed on your store, Facebook could actually track when you leave Facebook and go to someone's website and actually view a product, add it to the cart, purchase, right? Facebook has this all integrated into their system. What it does, it gathers customer data for you to use in your favor to build audiences, retarget customers, and it also helps your Facebook ads learn and optimize much quicker. So again, the pixel, think of the pixel like a big brain for your Facebook ad account and your Shopify store working together. It passes information through. Now, recently, since Apple has updated iOS 14, iOS 14 has blocked some of the features, but the pixel is still working, it's still active. So iOS 14 and Apple have basically told Facebook, you're no longer going to track people across apps. But Facebook is working its way around this stuff. Again, Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, they're very, very smart, so they're going to find a solution. They already have. In my account, there hasn't been that much of an impact. There has been some, but again, the pixel is still working, it's still active, tracking video views, link clicks, all that kind of good stuff. The biggest thing to take away from the Facebook pixel is, hey, this is your friend. It's going to help you track customer data. And when I say build audience and retarget customers, you could actually, for example, right, if you post a video ad and it's a 15-second video ad and someone watches all 15 seconds of that ad, you could then go back into Facebook and target, hey, I want to target people who viewed 100% of my video. The Facebook pixel is going to allow you to do that. So let's say your video reached 1 million people and 100,000 of them watched 100% of that video. You could then go into Facebook using the Facebook pixel, set up an ad to retarget those customers who watched 100% of your video. So that is a great way the Facebook pixel comes into handy. There's also something called lookalike audiences, where you could take a certain amount of pixel data, right, a certain amount of people who've clicked on your link or purchased, and actually build an audience around that data. Facebook will take, let's say, 1,000 people who've clicked on your website and amplify it, match all this data, do some internal stuff, and make an audience of 1 million, 2 million, 10 million people for you now to show your ads to. Now, since iOS 14, lookalike audiences haven't been working so well. They still work, but it's a mixture of interest-based and lookalike audiences moving forward. So this section was just to give you a little bit of insight of what exactly the Facebook pixel is, how it works, and why it's actually working in your favor, and it's your best friend. So on to the next video. In this section, what we're going to do is actually build a Facebook ad together. This is going to be like an intro video. There's going to be a lot more parts that we're going to talk about, but here we're just going to go over the basic parts of a Facebook ad and what you need to look at. So you're looking at your ads, your ad account. What you're going to do is come over to this create button right here. Now, there's going to be a bunch of campaign objectives. You do not need to pay attention to brand awareness, reach, traffic, engagement. You do not need any of that stuff. You're going to focus on one thing and one thing only, and that's conversions. Conversions is the only type of advertising that you need to do. What a conversion ad is you're trying to get someone to convert on your website, right? Whether that's fill out a lead form, purchase something, add to cart, right? You want them to convert. Our ultimate goal here is for them to purchase and convert on the store, so we'll do conversion ads. There's a lot of things in here that are kind of there, not to trip you up, but there's just a lot of things you don't need to pay attention to that kind of overcomplicate things, so it's very, very simple. So hopping into the creation part, you have your campaign name, which I have named Campaign Test 1. Now, there's actually 3 parts to a Facebook ad. You have your campaign level, you have your ad set level, and then you have your ad level. Think of it like a building, right? So the campaign, right, campaign level, this is the actual building, the entire building itself. Now, when you go to an ad set, The ad set level, think of as a floor in the building. So you have floor 1, floor 2, floor 3. And then the ad level, number 3, is going to be like a room on the floor. So you have the building, you have the floor, and then you have all of the rooms that are on each floor. That's how you should think of a Facebook campaign. And I'll show you the different parts as we go through this. So you'll just name it, for this sake, we'll name it test 1. Special ad categories, you do not need to click anything unless your products have to do with any of these. Typically, if you're drop shipping or selling a regular product, you're not going to need anything. So just ignore this. Buying type is an auction. You're going to leave this. Do not touch this. You do not need to mess with this at all. Campaign objective is conversions, like we just went over. That's what we're optimizing this campaign for, is to get purchases, right? Conversions. You do not need to click more options. Campaign spending limit, you do not need to touch. So again, all we've done is just named it, nothing else. A/B testing, skip this part, you don't need it. Don't ask me why, but we basically test on our own. Campaign budget optimization. So for now, we're going to leave this off. What this is you have 2 ways of setting your budget. So let's use the example of $20 for your Facebook campaign. If you toggle this on, right, all it's going to do is control the budget at the campaign level, right, the building level. Now, in Facebook ads, typically you'll have one building and you'll have multiple floors and obviously multiple rooms. So multiple ad sets, multiple ads. If you do campaign budget optimization, what it's going to do is just disregard the budget for each ad set level, each floor, and just set a whole budget and disperse it however Facebook thinks it's going to be in your best interest. So let's say, for example, right, this $20 campaign budget, and let's say we had 3 ad sets here. Or 4 ad sets, just to make it simple. It would try and spend probably $5 per ad set and see which one works best on the first day. And let's say one ad set worked better. The next day, it might spend $10 on one specific ad set and $3 on the other ad set. So that's campaign budget optimization. For now, we're going to leave this off. The only time you want to turn this on is when you find one ad set that has performed the best out of all your tests, and that's when you're going to turn on campaign budget optimization. For now, we're just going to leave the budget at the ad set level. And for this first page, basically all we've had to do was just name the campaign. Everything else we've left alone. So now we're on the ad set level, right? So we just passed the building, we entered the building, now we're on floor number 1, the ad set level. So let's go ahead and name the ad set. New ad set, test 1. So what this section is asking, conversion event location. We want our conversions to happen on the website. And how do we know, let's say someone clicks on our Facebook ad and someone actually purchases on our store, how do we know that this ad attributed to that sale? We have the Facebook pixel that we created earlier. So again, the Facebook pixel is installed on your Shopify store. That's what it's going to be used to track all your sales and conversions. So Facebook has a little it's called, I like to refer it as a brain, right? The pixel collects data, collects customer data, collects purchases, add to carts, information. The pixel does all that. So the conversion event that we want to choose is purchases. Purchases is what we always want to do. Now, here's a little error message, which you're probably going to see, is this event hasn't been prioritized for iOS 14.5. Ad sets using this event may not be delivered who opt out of tracking. So Apple recently made an update to their iOS system where it's harder for Facebook to track ads. Now, I've been running ads, again, in my business, and have we seen a decline in this? Yes, but it's not that drastic, so you don't need to worry about it right now. If it gets worse in the future, we will keep you updated. But for now, Facebook is still doing a pretty good job of delivering conversions, and they're working working through ways of changing this. So you're going to put purchase for the conversion event. You're going to X out of this. And it's since we haven't gotten any purchases on the pixel, that's why these little error codes kind of come up. So dynamic creative, you do not have to touch right now. If you have a product catalog where you have multiple products of different colors, or if you want to advertise a collection, I've really never run any of these in my 4 or 5 years of advertising. I just find that they don't work that well. So you can just ignore it. Optimization and delivery. Cost control, you do not need to put anything here. Again, it says Facebook will aim to spend your entire budget and get the most purchases using the lowest cost bid strategy. If you want cost control, enter an amount. You do not need cost control. I've never used cost control. I just simply put in a daily budget, and I find that is the best way to do it because you don't want to have Facebook limit the amount you spent, right? If you say, hey, I want to spend $20 today, that's what we want to do. That is what you're going to set. So you don't want Facebook to limit that. And that's what I found to be the best. Now on to budget and schedule. So there's 2 ways you can do this, right? You could do a lifetime budget or you could do a daily budget. In my history, all I've ever done was daily budgets. A lifetime budget, let's say you want to spend $30,000 in a month, right? So you could tell Facebook, hey, my budget for the month is $30,000. You can pick a start date and an end date. And what they'll do is they'll basically go out and spend about $1,000 per day. But what I like to do and what has worked for me is setting it on a daily budget. That way you can monitor it daily. If you need to raise or lower your budget on a daily basis, you can. So for the sake of our ads and the ads that I want you to run and test, you're going to start at just $5 a day. And you might think, hey, Ryan, why so cheap? Why are we only starting with $5 a day? So with Facebook ads, again, we're going to be testing a lot of creatives, a lot of different audiences, a lot of different ad copy, a lot of headlines. So we're going to be making multiple ads. $5 across 10 ads is $50 a day. And in a week, that's $350. So if you're not careful, you can end up spending a lot of money on Facebook if you're not setting it up correctly. Now, once these ads start to perform better, that's when you start to scale. I'll cover that in another section of how you actually scale from $5 a day to $10 a day, from $10 a day to $20, from $20 to $100 a day, to $100 to $500 a day, from $500 to $1,000 a day, from $1,000 to $10,000 a day. Obviously, if you're spending that much, you're going to have dollars coming in. That makes it worth spending that much. You're not just spending $10,000 hoping you get some sales today. No, we do it very, very strategically and calculated. So for now, your budget is going to be set at $5 a day. The start date is going to be today. We do not want an end date. So uncheck the end date. Again, we can always control it on and off every day. If we want it on today, off tomorrow, we can do that. So you don't have to set an end date. So now that we're scrolling down, here is the audience section of the ad set. So what is your audience, right? Your audience is who you want to show your Facebook ads to. Now, Facebook has a lot of data, right? So they have the ability to choose locations, right? So if you want to edit the locations and add any other place in the world, like India, you could add India, right? If you want to show your ads to people in India, you could do that. For the most part, we want to stick with people in the United States, right? Those are the people who speak English. Our ads are going to be in English, so those are going to be the best converting ads. I have never advertised to anyone outside of the United States. All of my ads have always been run to United States. The next section is age, right? So here is where you can actually edit who your target age group is. So if you're selling something that teenagers would want to buy, right, you would target your audience from the age of 16 to 26 years old, right? That is a good age range. Now, there's different ways to find out who your demographic is. And again, we'll explain that in another video. I'm just building out the ad for you and making you understand the parts. I'll teach you how to build out audiences and find exactly who your customer is in another video. For right now, we're just going over each features. So for the knives, again, what I've found to work best in the past is starting age ranges at about 25 and doing them to about 60 years old. So that's what I've found to work best for me in the past. And we're building this campaign off the knives, remember. All genders, male and female. I think both male and female cooks, so we'll leave that on. But you do have the ability to do just women or just men or both. Detailed targeting expansion. What is that? So you see that it's on. So basically what this means, if you're checking this box, you're giving Facebook the ability to reach out to other audiences and people that they think would convert by seeing this ad. So this is something I've split test before, where I've turned this on and turned this off. And sometimes I really don't see much of a difference. But honestly, me personally, I just like to keep it off just for simple purposes. And now here is one of the most important parts out of this entire thing, the detailed targeting page. So here is where you can add demographics, interests, and behaviors, right? Demographics, interests, and behaviors. So you can click this button and browse. If you browse in demographics, you can see sections of education, financial, life events, parents, relationships. So let's say you click on parents, right? You can actually target people who are parents with adult children. You could target parents with preschoolers. So let's say you're selling baby toys, right? This is someone who you would want to target. And you can see the estimated audience with parents with preschoolers of 0 to 5 years old, who are between the ages of 25 and 60 on Facebook. On the right-hand side, you can see your audience size is 1.3 million people. And Facebook is telling you that your audience is fairly broad, which is a good thing. We want decently broad audiences. But for the knives situation, I don't think any of these will matter, except what if we go to work and we go to industries and we go to food and restaurants, right? There may be some chefs in the food and restaurant business that we might want to target. So you guys got to think Facebook has a lot of data. And every time someone clicks on something or they follow a page, right, Facebook puts them in a group where they have all that data so they can show them ads, right? That's the beautiful thing about Facebook. So that's the demographic portion. You could do financial. You can target people based on how much they make, right? The top 10% of the wealthiest zip codes, or the top 5% of household income. So let's say you're selling Rolexes, expensive watches. Those are the people you obviously want to target, not lower income people. And again, as you browse through these, there's a whole bunch of different types of life events, relationships, single or not, married or not, making money or not, college education or not. There's a whole bunch of ways to target people using demographics. Next is the interest-based section. And this is one of the most important things. For interest, the ads you want to show to people something that they're interested in. So for example, again, we're going to talk about building audiences in another section, but I'm going to give you a brief overview right now. So we're targeting people who want to buy knives, right? So who are people, or what are people's interests that want to buy knives? I would say people who love cooking, right? So we'll just type in cooking and we'll see what comes up. So it's going to tell you cooking right here. Your interest size is between 885 million people and 1 billion people. Now that's extremely broad. We don't want our audiences that broad. We want our audiences probably in the 5 million to 25 million range, but we'll add it and I'll show you. As you start adding things, the audience range goes down. So you can see our audience range just went way up. Now, what else do people want that like to cook with knives? See what happens when we type in chef knife. There's 3 million people that like chef knives. So I'm going to select that because we're advertising a knife. What else do we want to include in there? People who enjoy Gordon Ramsay, right? Gordon Ramsay is a chef. If you don't know who Gordon Ramsay is, probably heard of him. But if you don't, Gordon Ramsay is a famous chef. He's been on TV. He's been on social media. Big time chef. So people who like to cook, follow Gordon Ramsay. There you go. What is a big knife company? Let's see if Shun is here, Shun Cutlery. So Shun Cutlery is not big enough to be on here. People who like knives probably shop at Williams Sonoma. So Williams Sonoma is a high-end kind of home goods and cooking store, right? And I know they sell high-end luxury knives because I've bought knives from Williams Sonoma. So I think people who we want to target who would like knives shop at Williams Sonoma. That's another interest. Now you can see the audience is getting bigger and bigger. Now the cooking one I think is a little too broad. So what you could do is take this out and you can see the audience drops to a much more reasonable number. But now here's another little feature. You can actually narrow the audience and make this a little bit smaller. I still think this is a little bit broad for our first ad. We're going to go ahead and narrow it. So what we're going to do is the people in the audience who we're targeting either like Chef's Knives or Gordon Ramsay or Williams Sonoma. But now we're going to type in cooking here. And these people must like Williams Sonoma and cooking, or they must like Gordon Ramsay and cooking. So when you start adding ands in there, this audience gets much more narrow, and you can keep going until you narrow it down to a much smaller audience size. So let's say we want to make it even smaller, and which one is the biggest out of these three? Looks like Gordon Ramsay. So we'll go ahead and type in Gordon Ramsay down here. And you're going to see how much smaller this audience gets. So now this audience is just right around 1 million people. So this is a little too small, but I just want to show you the power if you're getting really, really broad audiences. The people you're targeting to see this chef knife is people who like chef knives or people who like Williams Sonoma and cooking and Gordon Ramsay. So it must match all three of these people. So you can bet whoever sees your ad is going to know about knives, cooking, and be someone who's really serious about cooking, let's just say, right? So that's how you can ensure that you're getting really, really high quality people in your audiences. Now, I think, again, this is a little too narrow. So I just want to come back up and we could just start with these two. I think these are very, very good interest-based audiences that we're building. So I like it. We're right at around 11 million, which is a fairly good number to start with. For this language section here, you don't really need to mess with it, again, because we're targeting people in the United States only. So there's a 99% chance only English-speaking people will see the ad. And you could actually save this audience for the future and name it Williams Sonoma and cooking, right? You can save this. It'll save your age, the location, what interests, and you can actually use that for a future. That way you don't have to go through and type it in all the time. You'll just have a little button here that says saved audiences, which is really, really neat. So the next section here is the placements tab. Now, there is a time and the place to play around with this, right? So automatic placements, what that'll do is you're allowing Facebook to put it wherever they think it'll do best, right? In stories on Instagram and stories on Facebook, feeds on Facebook, feeds on Instagram, Facebook Marketplace, in Reels, right? So you're giving Facebook the ability to put it wherever they think it'll do best. Now, if you click manual placements, here you can actually control where the ads will go. So you can see how many places Facebook actually shows ads. Now, for certain types of ads, you only want them to go in certain places. So the type of ad we're going to use is just going to be a video. So you don't want it in Messenger, right? People don't watch videos when they're in Messenger. And you don't want, basically what the audience network is other places that Facebook is able to show them. What I've found to be best and what I think you should start off with is turning off Audience Network, turning off Messenger. Keep on Facebook and Instagram. And I like things that are just on the Facebook stories, Instagram stories, Facebook feeds, and Instagram feeds. So everything else we'll go ahead and uncheck. We don't want Instagram Explore. We don't want Instagram Shop. We don't want Facebook group feeds, stories and reels. We want Instagram stories, Facebook stories, and Instagram reels. In-stream, we don't want in-stream ads. Those are like when you're watching a long video and an ad pops up, usually those ads are pretty annoying. People just skip them, right? Search ads, we don't really want search ads right now. In article ads, this is people who are reading content from publishers. If you're going to stick a video, you don't really want that there, right? So you can see we've turned everything off except stories, reels, Instagram feed, and Facebook newsfeed, right? Those are the main places. So those are by far the ones I found that work the best. And you can test your ads, make one ad set that runs on automatic and run one that runs on manual. I've done both. And honestly, sometimes some ads work better on automatic placements. Sometimes some ads work better on manual placements, right? It's just up to you to test which will work better for you and your product and your business. So now we've just completed the ad set level, right? So we did the building with the campaign, right? The whole entire building. We walked into the first floor and built our first ad set. Now we're going to go into one of the rooms and build an ad. So we're going to name this ad, new ad test 1. It's going to ask you what Facebook page do you want this to go to? Obviously, the Facebook page is the Ryan's Knives. Now, if you have an Instagram created for your business and your brand, you can go ahead and connect it. If you don't, you can just leave it and it'll come up on Instagram as Ryan's Knives, and they just won't be able to click on it. They won't be able to click on it on Instagram, and it won't go to an account. They'll just see the name. But I suggest you go ahead and make an Instagram account for your business, because it's just that extra proof of trust and legitimacy that you're a real business. All of my dropshipping stores and businesses all have their own Facebook page and Instagram account. But we're not, obviously for the tutorial purpose, we don't need to make one right now. So now the ad setup. You're going to go ahead and click create ad. We don't have any existing posts, so we have to make one from scratch. The dynamic format and creative, again, that's if you have a collection of lots of colors and variants and you want to just show them in picture form, that's what dynamic is. We're not going to do that. The dynamic ads kind of goes in the carousel format. So think of like a merry-go-round where you just swipe through images on Instagram, right? That's that format. What we're going to do is a single image or video. In this case, again, we really like video, so we're going to be adding video. What we're going to do is add the video. So here, when you click add media, it says add image or add video. We're going to go ahead and add a video, and we're going to go ahead and upload a video. So this video is right here that we want to use, and it's going to go ahead and upload. While it's uploading, here's where you can work on your ad copy. So what is ad copy? Ad copy is the text that is in your ad. So you have your headline and you have your primary text, which are the two most important parts. So for this Serbian knife, we can say the all new Serb by Ryan's Knives. Handcrafted and hand forged. The Serb will slice through anything on your cutting board. Click the link. Get yours today on sale. 50% off. So there's a couple strategies here that people have used. You can do very simple primary text, and what primary text, as you can see, is the text on top of your ad, right? So in ranking things, the headline is the most important text. The primary text is second. Now, for a good headline, you want to keep it nice and short and sweet. So a headline I came up with is this. This is better than anything in your kitchen, right? It gets the customer's attention. It's nice and short and sweet. and it's going to pop up right here as soon as we put our link, right? So description, I leave blank because you don't need to put it, and it's just subliminary text. Now for your button and call to action, there's a bunch of buttons that you could do, right? Apply now, book now, contact us, get offer, get quote, learn more, listen now, see menu, shop now, which is the one that we're going to choose, watch more, subscribe. So there's a battle between shop now and learn more and testing which one works better. I like the shop now button. So now when you scroll down to the destination, tell us where you want to send people when they click. It's going to ask you where you want to send it. So we need a link to our website. So we're going to hop over here, and we're sending people to the landing page that we created on our website, right? So you'll go ahead and copy this link up here. You're going to come back to your ad, and you're going to enter in the website URL. And you're going to see once it populates the website URL, the website comes up here, your button pops up here, and then your headline pops up here. So this is what it looks like, right? This is your ad preview on the Facebook feed. The all-new Serb by Ryan's Knives, handcrafted and hand-forged. The Serb will slice through anything on your cutting board. Get yours today on sale, 50% off. So good, strong call outs there. You come down to the headline, which when people are scrolling, that's pretty much what they're going to see. This is better than anything in your kitchen. People are going to be like, wait, what is that? And then when they eventually watch your ad, right, they're going to click the Shop Now button, and it's going to take them directly to this website, right, your landing page, where eventually when you build this out correctly, they're going to add it to cart, they're going to buy now, and boom, you just got your first sale, right? So that's how the whole advertising process works. The last thing that you need to do is go ahead and click publish right here. So it's going to say that it's publishing the ad. Your ad is in draft. It's actually going to enter a review stage. So it's not going to go live right away. So disregard this. You can see obviously we made the ads. So the ad is processing, right? So it takes probably, I'd say, anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes for your ads to go live. So again, we have the building level of the campaign. We have the ad set level of the floors, floor 1, 2, 3. And then you have the ad level, which is the rooms on the floors. So what your account is going to look like, you're going to have a few different campaigns. You're going to have a bunch of different ad sets. And you're going to have a bunch of different ads. And I'll pull you into my ad account so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Let me grab that link really quickly. So you can see my ad account on the campaign section. We have literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ads. And this is, again, each one of these is a building. Now, when you come into the ad section, or the ad set section, excuse me, you can see we've got a bunch of different ad sets, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ad sets. And you come in, this is the floor level, you come into the room level, you can see we've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ads. So it's all about building those sections, and then you're basically just testing to see which one works the best and which one can scale. And that, my friends, was your brief introduction to running your first Facebook ad. And again, I'm going to dive into how to build audiences, how to find the best interests in future videos. So I will see you guys in the next section. All right, guys. So in this section, what we're going to go over is building interest-based audiences. So of course, you need to build a target audience to show your ads to on Facebook. Now, I've broken this into 4 categories in preferential order. And what I mean by that is you're basically going to come up with all of these subjects for your product. So again, using the knife example, right? We're using Ryan's Knives as the business. We're going to find websites that have to do with knives or cooking. We're going to find brands that deal with knives or cooking. We're going to find famous people or influencers that deal with knives and cooking. And then we'll find some magazines that deal with knives and cooking. So essentially, you can break this out on a very simple Excel spreadsheet. You can tell I'm not a guru or a wizard with Excel because this is very bad and poor, but it'll do the job. And this will work for any niche, right? So whether it's knives, whether it's the makeup business, whether it's fishing, whether it's outdoors and camping, whether it's furniture stores, whether it's a water bottle, whether it's cars, right? These 4 categories have something in each of those niches. So to start things off, let's find as many websites as we can that have to do with cooking and knives. And here, Google is going to be your best friend. So we can simply type in best cooking websites. And websites and brands kind of go synonymous together, right? So websites and brands, we might have some of the same ones in each category, but that's okay. And literally, look, you come right here. So foodnetwork.com. I love the Food Network. So all we're going to simply do is just copy and paste. Let's see if we can find anywhere from 5 to 10 for each. Food.com. Epicurious.com. Off the top of my head, I know Tasty BuzzFeed. So what is it? Tasty BuzzFeed. What's their website? Tasty.co. Copy and paste. So you can see this is all about cooking and cool recipes. SeriousEats.com is another one. So these are all food related websites. Now let's see if we can narrow it down and say best cooking knives website. So now here's where kind of all the brands come up. But I know Williams-Sonoma, even though they're a brand, they have a website. So let's put that in anyways. Let's get their link and go williamsonoma.com. We'll go back and we'll see what else comes up. Gear Patrol, never heard of it. Knife Center, Knife Guru. Food and Wine is a good one. So again, what I'm looking for, in my head, I'm thinking with, hey, will these businesses or websites be in Facebook's audience segment? Because they're not going to have every single business in the audience segment. So you gotta kind of pick with the bigger ones. So that's why I kind of skipped past some of these websites like Kitchen Knife Guru, never heard of that. Knife Center, never heard of that, but it could be there. So I think that's a good amount for websites. Now let's move on to brands, right? Best cooking knives, and we'll just type that in, and I guarantee you some brands will come up. So Shun is a good one. Even though we already did this before, but Shun didn't come up, I still want to put it there. I know Maizen is another cooking company. Williams-Sonoma, off the top of my head, is a cooking company. What's another big one? Wusthof Knives. And these I just know off the top of my head because I'm a big chef. But again, you can find all of these just by Googling or coming right here. Schmidt Brothers, that's another big one. See, Wusthof is right there. And now instead of cooking knives, we could just go best cooking brands, or best kitchen brands, excuse me. So here, these are all perfect. Le Creuset. I know they're a huge company and they've got some awesome stuff. Cuisinart, very big company. So again, you can see the goal here is we're just finding brands that are in our niche that we want to be able to target some customers. So now moving on to famous people and influencers. Off the top of my head, who's that number one guy? Gordon Ramsay. Right? So we can go here and we can type in top chefs. And here we go. You got Gordon Ramsay. You got Wolfgang Puck is a huge one. So I know he's got a big following. Wolfgang Puck. I know Bobby Flay is a big one. Chef Bobby Flay. Emerald. Chef Emerald. Guy Fieri. Massimo Bottura. I know he's a good one. Now moving on to magazines, right? For magazines, we could put top food magazines. And here we go. Magazines is a really, you might not think magazines is a good place to start, but all these are typically associated with websites. So Bon Appetit, Food and Wine, Cooks Illustrated, Food Network magazine. Let's see if there's any other ones here. And again, you don't just have to use the top of Google. I'm just doing it to make it easy. You can click into some of these websites and see what some of these websites say, right? This is where you're actually going to go ahead and do your research. So Gastronomica, I've never heard of this, but we'll copy and paste it and get it in here. So I think you guys get the point. Now you can go beyond this, right? Websites, brands, famous people, magazines. You can go beyond this. And if you have any other ideas of categories you want to put them to, you definitely can. Our niche is the chef knife. We now have 4 different audiences to test. So now what you could do is you can come into your ads manager. You can click these little 3 lines, all tools, and scroll down to the audience section. And here you could actually create some audiences for your ads, right? And this way you don't have to go in and constantly make ads. You can either pre-save them here, right? You can pre-save the audiences here by going create custom audience, lookalike audience, or special audience, or a saved audience. A saved audience is the ones we're going to want to make for now. I'll explain the other ones later. So for this one, let's just do brands first. So we'll come back to Facebook. So we'll go ahead and name this brands audience 1. People living in the United States. We'll keep the the age range. Again, I like to do 25 and older because these are typically people who have their own money and can buy their own products. And I'll keep it broad at 65 years old, and I'll keep it to all men and women. And now the detailed targeting. So we'll go look at our brand section, and we'll just start seeing which ones pop up. So we'll start with Shun and Maizen. Here we go. Misen is right there. Let's just make sure it's the same one. And if you click this little suggestions button, it'll actually come up with things that are similar to the one you just typed in, but you don't want to start doing that just yet. Let's get Williams Sonoma in there. Williams Sonoma. And now let's see if there's even more suggestions. So see, not yet. We need to put in, I think, some more knife-related stuff, suggesting some knives for us. Chef knife. And now we'll do some suggestions. So there's kitchenware, cutting board, kitchen utensils, cutlery. Let's put in cutlery and then click suggestions again and see what comes up. So I know Crate and Barrel is a great brand. Pottery Barn is a great brand. And as we search through this, we're just looking for brands that are related to our niche. KitchenAid, big brand. We're scrolling. Try Cuisinart. There we go. It's there as well. We've gotten a decent amount of brands in there. And you come up here and it says, look, our audience is about 50 million people, which is not bad at all. Pretty broad audience. We could narrow it just a little bit, but again, broad audiences are good to test with. And then what you could do is go ahead and create a saved audience. So now whenever you go to create your ads, there's a little section that says saved audiences, and you can have that saved already. You don't have to go ahead and put in all this information again. And what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click saved audience, and you're going to make one for each one of these categories. And where you can get really specific is you can even start separating interests and the ages. So you can do brands ages 20 to 30 and then brands ages 40 to 50 and test those separately and see if maybe the older demographic has a better ROI than the younger demographic. So that's what you're going to want to do is go ahead and build out all of these interests so you have as much data to test with as possible. So again, this was just a general overview of building interest-based audiences to run for your ads. See you guys in the next video. In this video section, I'm going to teach you guys how to properly set up your columns so when you're running ads, you know exactly what to look for. So this is Facebook's standard and automatic setting. And you can see they actually have a bunch of different column settings that you can go through, but you can actually customize them. And I'm going to go through exactly what you need to be successful. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click customize columns. And now you're just going to put in exactly what I'm going to do in this video. So first, you want to keep the campaign name. You want to keep delivery. You're going to take budget and move it third. You are then going to take results and move it fourth. You are then going to take cost per result and move it below results. You're now going to take amount spent, move it after cost per result. Now this one you actually got to search up. It's called purchase conversion value. And what you're going to do is you're going to put this check mark right here. Now it's going to come all the way down here. You're going to move it up right after amount spent. And what you're going to do is you're just going to uncheck these. That way it only has one. It doesn't add 3 to the column. Next, you're going to type in add to cart. You're going to go ahead and select total. You're going to bring it all the way up here, and you're going to leave both of these checked. Next, you're going to type in ROAS for ROAS, and you're going to click purchase ROAS. We're going to go ahead and drag this all the way up, and we're going to leave that checked. Next, we're going to type in purchases, and we're going to select total. Again, we're going to bring this up here. We're then going to type in CPM. We're going to select CPM, bring it up here, and then we're going to go to link clicks. We're going to bring it up here. Then we're going to type in CPC, cost per link click. We're going to bring that one just above link clicks. And then you can go ahead and X these out. I like to leave reach and impressions as well. So this is what you should look like. Again, delivery, budget, results, cost per result, amount spent, purchase conversion value, add to cart, purchase, ROAS, CPM, CPC, link clicks, ad set name. You can actually scratch ad set name, reach and impression. So that's what you should look like. Now I'm going to go over what each of these actually means. So now you can see everything has just changed. So delivery means if your ad is on or off. Budget, you can see how much your budget or daily budget is, and you can actually edit that right here. Next is results. So let's say we run this at $5 and we get 2 purchases. It'll say 2 right here. Same situation, cost per result. If we get 2 purchases on a $5 budget, it'll say $2.50. Amount spent will be $5. Purchase conversion value. This is going to show you how much money you actually generated. So if we sold 2 items at $10 each, it'll show a total of $20. Add to carts is how many times people add to cart. So if you got 3 or 4 add to carts off that $5, it'll show right here. Same thing with website add to carts. Next is purchase ROAS. So ROAS is a return on ad spend. So for example, if you spend $5 and you generate $10 in sales, you have a 2 ROAS. You doubled your money. So this is a very important metric, and this is how we're going to tell if our ads are profitable or not. Cost per 1,000 impressions is CPM. So let's say you spend $5 and it reaches 1,000 people. Your cost per CPM is going to be $5. Cost per link click. We're going to want to know how much we're spending per link click. Typically, we want to spend under $2.50. Anything above that, the ad sucks, and we're going to turn it off. Link clicks is just how many link clicks. Reach is how many people we actually reach. And impressions is how many impressions we receive on our ad. So how many times it appears on someone's newsfeed or story or reels or wherever the ad may show. So this is exactly what your columns need to look like and be set up for success. In this video, I want to go over the Facebook ads testing strategy that I've used and that's worked for a really long time. So basically, it's going to start off with one brand new campaign. In that new campaign, you're going to have 5 to 10 new ad sets at anywhere from $5 to $10 to $20 a day, depending on how much you want to use for your testing budget. But let's just say 5 to 10 at $10 a day. Each ad set is going to have anywhere from 1 to 3 creatives. You can use one or you can use multiple. Each ad set will contain one different audience, so you know which audiences work and which don't. And then lastly, audiences must be at least 2 million or more in size. So now the next slide, I'm going to put this all into English for you and then hop over into Ads Manager so you can actually see it in real life. So this is how the campaign should be structured. Remember, the campaign is the building, the ad set is the floor of the building, and then the ad itself is the rooms in the floor. So you're going to start with campaign number 1. In campaign number 1, you'll have ad set number 1. It's going to have one interest-based audience, and that brand is going to be Williams-Sonoma. Again, this is for if we're targeting for the chef knives. We're going to be selling knives, so these are the examples we're going to use. So campaign number 1, ad set number 1, the first interest, and it's going to be the brand with the ad video number 1. Ad set number 2 is going to have your next interest. This one's going to be the Gordon Ramsay interest, and we're going to use the same video. The next ad set is going to be your third interest. It's going to be another brand, Mise and Cooking, and it's going to be the same video. Again, here we're testing for audiences, not necessarily testing for video. Ad set number 4. We're going to use our fourth interest. It's going to be Food and Wine Magazine, and we're using the same video. Again, you have to go back and actually make each one of these ad sets within the campaign. And I'm going to show you in Ads Manager how to do that. And then lastly, ad set number 5, interest number 5, website, foodnetwork.com with the same video. So we have the same video in all 5 ad sets, but we have different interests that we're going to be testing out. Now you can keep going up to 10. If you want to test out more in one campaign, by all means, go ahead and do so. In campaign number 2, we're going to do the same thing at each ad set, keep the same interests for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But what's going to change here is we're going to change the video. So we're testing a couple things. Not only are we testing the audience, but we're also going to test our video ad. Let's say we had one ad of me talking about the knife, and then video ad number 2 is just video of the knife chopping, music, and subtitles, right? So essentially, you're going to be testing both videos and audiences, and you're going to see which one is going to pay off the best, right? Realistically, 80% of these probably won't work. 1 or 2 of them might work and get some sales. That's the whole thing about testing. So now I'm gonna bring over my Ads Manager and show you a real life example of what this looks like. All right, so we hopped over to the Ads Manager, and as you can see, we've got one campaign selected. So we're at the campaign level, and we're audience testing top of funnel. So we have one campaign. Now, as we hop into the ad set level, you can see we're testing 11 ad sets. So we're testing for my fishing brand, fishing lures as an audience, recreational fishing as an audience, fishing rod as an audience, outdoor recreation, fishing, Dick's Sporting Goods, Toyota Tacoma, fishing hook, Ford F-Series, fishing net, and just a broad targeting. So all of these ad sets have their own audience. And within each audience, we're testing 2 ads. One is of me on the beach talking about the fishing line. The other one is another type of video, similar style. So we're testing not only audiences, but we're testing ads as well. So each Ad set contains both ads, as you can see through the little image right here. Now you can see today, the budget is set at $20 a day, right? So we're testing a little bit more aggressively, and none of these got sales except this one, right? And you can see it got 2 purchases at a cost per purchase of $6.13. So he spent $12 to produce $179 and a 14.67 ROAS, which is absolutely incredible. But you have to take into consideration that none of these other ad sets got sales. So essentially, total, we spent $141 to generate $179. So we just about lost money or broke even. But what we got from all this data is that, hey, our fishing ad set, and let's see what ad got the sale. Our fishing ad set with the beach ad got 2 sales, and we only spent $6 or $12. I'm sorry, cost per result was 6. So we know this is likely going to be a winner. We'll let this run now probably for a few more days, and we'll see if any other ones get sales. If none other ones get sales, we'll simply come back and just turn them all off, except this one, and we'll probably stick this one into a higher budget campaign where we will spend more money. So it's as simple as trial and error, trial and error, trial and error, right? That's all Facebook advertising is testing different audiences, testing different creatives, videos, headlines. You just got to test a bunch until you find a winner just like this, and then you scale it up. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and create a campaign. And what I like to do, name this, right? Testing 1. You can come in, and at the ad set level, what you can do is duplicate. And then you can click duplicate again. And then you can click duplicate once again. So now essentially you have your campaign, and now you have your ad set levels. And now you're going to go into each ad set and put in a audience, right? So we'll do one audience. Let's go back to the chef knife. We'll do Gordon Ramsay. Bang. And then you can name this Gordon Ramsay. And then we'll come to the second one. We'll name this one Williams Sonoma. We'll scroll all the way down and type in Williams Sonoma. And so on and so forth until you have all your audiences inside the ad sets. And then you'll go to the ad set level. And then you will then put in whatever ad you want, right? If you're testing one video, you can go ahead and create an ad. You can either use an existing post or you could create a brand new ad, right? So you'll go ahead and add your media, whether it's a video or an image. You'll build out the ad, and then you'll do that for each and every one. And then once you have all that created, that's your first testing campaign. You will then click publish, and it will go live, and your first testing campaign will be up. In the next section, what I'll do is I'll talk to you about how to analyze your testing strategy and when to scale up or turn off some of your ads. So I'll see you in the next section. So I want to talk to you guys about 2 very important metrics, which is your break-even point and your break-even ROAS, or return on ad spend. So what is your break-even point? Your break-even point is whatever you're going to sell your item for minus what it costs you. And then your break-even ROAS is what you're going to sell your item for divided by what the answer to this is. So let me put that into real world terminology and easy to understand. So let's say we have our knife and we're going to sell our knife for $30 a piece. Our cost for that knife is $10. That means our break even is $20. So we can spend $20 on ads. As long as we get one person to buy this knife, we will then break even. So that's how simple it is to find your break even cost. Now, how we're going to find our break even ROAS, which is the most important piece here, is we're going to take our sales price of $30 per knife. We're going to divide that by our break even cost, which gives us a 1.5 break even ROAS. So basically what that means in simple plain terms, we need to generate $1.50 for every dollar we spend just to break even. Anything above that, we will make money. So if we spend $1 and we're bringing in $2 in sales, we're now running in profit. So typically you want to have a little bit more margin here. So if something costs us $10, typically we want to sell this for $40, $50, $60, $70. That way our break-even ROAS comes way down and we can spend $1 and generate maybe $1.20 to break even or $1.30. In my main business, my break-even ROAS is $1.39. So the more margin you have, the lower this number is. Now, this is very important because this is how we're going to be able to track if our ads are profitable or not. So keep this in mind. Screenshot this if you need to. Save it. This is a very important formula, and just study this until it becomes like knowing the back of your hand. How do you know when you should kill an ad, right? So when you're testing a bunch of different campaigns, ad sets, ads, videos, pictures, you got to know when to kill them. So if you do not receive any sales at your break-even point, kill that ad, start over. If you receive no sales after 3 days, kill that ad, start over, right? So if you're at $5 a day, your break-even point is $20, right? You can run that ad for 4 days. If you don't get a sale at your break-even point, which is $20, kill the ad. If you don't get a sale after 3 days, kill the ad. If you ever see your link cost per link click go above $2.50, go ahead and kill that ad. That's just way too expensive to drive someone to the store. And then if your CPM is above $50, you go ahead and kill that ad. That's why setting up your columns correctly is crucial so you can actually see this data. So what does this look like in real time? Right, back over to our ads manager. My break-even point on my products is $31. So you can see right now we're spending about $12 today, and none of these have gotten sales except this one. So by tomorrow, we're going to surpass our break-even point because we'll be at $40. If these do not get any sales, I'm just going to go ahead, click this button, and turn off the ad set. Right? We'll keep this one on, maybe move it into another campaign and attempt to scale it. But what I would do next, right, is go back in and start messing around and say, hey, was it the audience? Was it the age group? Was it the actual ads, the videos or pictures that I use? That's what you have to test. So there's going to be a bunch of testing going on within your account between different videos, different audiences, different age ranges. And then there's even the factor of, hey, is the website or the product even good enough? So I'm going to just pull this up real quick, right? So it may not even be the audiences that are bad. It could be your landing page is not optimized. It could be your price is too low or too high. It could be your description sucks. It could be your website takes too long to load. So that's what you got to figure out, what it is in your testing phase of products. Now, we're going to put the steps in place to make sure that you have the best chance and have everything set up on your landing page to be as good as possible. But this is just your ad testing portion. So that's when you should kill an ad. So you've been testing, and then you find yourself coming across a winning ad set or a few winning ad sets. So what to do when you find a profitable ad set. Now, there's a couple things you could do, but this is the route you should follow, right? You've been testing something for 3-4 days. You see that it's consistently giving you sales day after day after day. So what you're going to do is you're going to start to scale the budget while it still remains profitable. So you're going to slowly increase the budget over time. So let's say we're starting with a daily budget of $10. And by the way, you could increase the budget anywhere from $5 to $100 increments. On bigger accounts, you could do it even more. But in our case, starting off, we're going to do it anywhere from $5 to $100 increments. So rule of thumb, you do not want to scale too fast. If you have a daily budget, after 2 days, you're seeing that, hey, I'm getting a few sales every single day, 1 or 2 sales. It's time to scale. I want to throw a bunch of money at it. If you go from $10 to $250, that is a big, big no-no. That ad will not optimize correctly. It will not scale correctly. And there's a very good chance you're going to lose money. The correct way you should do it is go from $10 to $20. Now, on that next day, if you spend $20 and your break-even ROAS or your ROAS is 2, 3, 4, or anything above your break-even ROAS, you then scale again. You can go from $20 to $30. On that third day, if your break-even ROAS or your ROAS is above your break-even ROAS and you're still profitable and you're getting sales every single day, you can then continue to scale from 30 to 50, from 50 to 80, and 80 and so on. Now, if you're doing, let's say, $20 a day and you're getting 6 sales a day, right? So you're spending $20 and you're bringing in $200. In that case, I would say, hey, you can directly double that budget. So you can go from $20 to $40. You never want to increase more than double the budget. So even if you're at $80, the most you want to increase is from $80 to $160, even if you're wildly profitable. And again, this can vary. It's very rare that you'll have steady increases every single day. Some days you may be profitable. Some days you may break even and not be able to scale. Then the next day you'll be profitable. And then the next day you'll lose money. There are times where you could actually scale the ad back and go from $30 back to $20. The biggest thing here is you got to stay consistent and have your ads running until you find those profitable ad sets. Now, what you're going to do once you find a few of those winning ad sets and you're scaling them, what you can then do is create a campaign budget optimization campaign, CBO campaign, and throw in anywhere from 1 to 3 ad sets. So I know before we were doing ad set level budget. When you do campaign budget optimization, this is when you have your winners, your winning ad sets and winning videos. You're going to throw them into a CBO campaign, and I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. So we are back in my ads manager for my business. Here we have one campaign that I selected, which was a CBO campaign. Now, this CBO campaign, we started at $125 a day. As you can see, it generated 86 purchases at a cost per result of $21.58. Again, our break even is $31 in this scenario. Our ROAS is 1.4, our break even ROAS, and we're achieving 2.17. So obviously this ad is profitable. We spent $1,855 and it generated $4,031 in sales. So this is a profitable ad. We'll just take you through the structure of a CBO campaign. Again, the budget is going to be set at the campaign level, right? So at the building level. Now, when we go into the ad set level, the floor level, we have 2 ad sets, not a bunch, just 2 that we found that were winning before. And when we go into the rooms of the floor, right, the ads, we have a few different ads that we're running in each campaign. I believe it's about 7 ads per ad set, which is a little rich, is a little too much. I usually like anywhere from 2 to 4 ads per ad set. But you can see some were way more profitable than others. Like this one was very profitable, a lot more profitable than this one, right? So you just got to go through and see which ones are better. So like this one, I would turn off. I wouldn't want to run that one. This one I would turn off, too high. But the rest of these are doing good. Look, $80 spent, $333, 4.6 ROAS, super, super strong. $129, $400 brought in, 3 ROAS, super, super strong. So again, when you scale and you find those winning ad sets, you're going to come in and create a CBO campaign, throw 1 to 3 assets in here, and then have your ads in there. Now, how do you create a CBO campaign, you might ask? Well, I'm going to show you. You go to your handy dandy green create button. You're going to do conversions, and you're going to click continue. Now, what you're going to do is at the campaign level, you're going to go ahead and click campaign budget optimization. And here is where you can set your budget. You can do it at 50. You can do it at 100. When you really get big, you can do it at 500. When you really, really, really get big, you can do $5,000 a day. And then what you're going to do once you set your budget, so let's say we're setting our budget for $100, right? Everything else stays the same here. We'll go in, and depending if we want to do 1 or 2 or 3 ad sets, we'll just put in our audiences that we found to work. So let's just say, for example, our Gordon Ramsay audience was our winner. It was consistently bringing in profitable sales, and this is the ad set we want to scale. So now we will go in. We will obviously create our ad, right? Put in the video or picture or whatever ad was working. You will then put it in here. And there's a unique way to do this, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to come over to the create an ads section, the ad setup section, and you're going to click use existing post. Now what you're going to do is click select post. You're going to go ahead and filter it. So you filter out of your social media and you'll just go to add posts. And now all of your ads are in here. And this is a beautiful thing because when you select the same post, you can see the likes, comments, and shares actually stay on the video. So that gives you a lot of social proof. So now I want to go find this big winner. I'm going to show you guys what social proof does and how important it is. So once you scroll and you actually find that post that you're looking for, you could actually choose the one that has all of the likes, comments, and shares. So